Hey, hello, hello. Guess what? Y'all get me twice today, three times today. Actually, because I did that guest interview earlier too. So we have a instead of doing a vertical stream, I had a Zoom I was on, and I had my equipment already set up and everything. So I figured instead of doing a vertical, I'll just do a regular laptop stream tonight. So here I am. The link should be pinned. Come on up and talk if you want. Otherwise, I'll do my usual thing. Hang on. I spilt coffee everywhere. As usual. There we go. So how's it going? I haven't looked at the news yet to see if there's anything new. I predict it's going to be a lot of Trump did this, politics, Congress is voting on this, Elon Musk is doing this. Hey, Hebrew, what's up? So why don't we take a look and see what came true? Federal judge delays the buyout deadline. Labor group sue to halt Trump's. They confirm Russell Vought. Office of Management. None of this is interesting to me. Minnesota got their first House Speaker of color. They're like one of the most woke states in the entire country, and they're just now getting a. What does a person of color even mean? Is she a black lady? She looks very light skinned. Anyway, I don't even know why this is news, but that happened. Trump is making some misleading claims. That shouldn't even be news by now. So that's the news. I might have a few tweets we could look at. Hey, Beak, how are you? What's going on? I decided to do an evening stream. I had the time. I had the space. Let's look at Twitter. Nah, nothing really on Twitter. I'm pretty good. I'm just chilling out. I had a meeting earlier. I just got wrapped up with that, and I still have like some energy going. Oh, good. How was work? And what are the options? Are there any panels? Oh, that's what I was gonna do. Before I went live, I was gonna see if there's any other panels that I could go on as a guest. But my instinct kicked in, and I just automatically started to set up the stream. Provo is streaming. He did mention that he was going live tonight. What do you normally do when you're looking for something to do? I'm trying to figure out what to do with myself too. This is all I came up with. The YouTube community. It's such a convenient, like easy built-in social life. You just sit at your desk and turn the computer on and you have it's like going to the club without leaving your house. And a lot more interesting people, or at least people I enjoy talking to. I didn't really enjoy clubbing back in the day. I didn't dance. It wasn't even my type of music. They were very loud. You couldn't really hear people and have a conversation. I would go to the clubs to do this, to find people to talk to. I wanted to talk about philosophy and politics and get to know people and hear their stories. You couldn't really do that at a club. That's not what they were set up for. But there was really no other place to go and meet people. And so I never really enjoyed myself at the club. I get much more value out of doing this.
Hey,
Hey, what's up? Who is that? I like your
it's
background.
just it's just somebody. It's this guy that, and he's a locale. Nobody. How are
Oh,
you,
okay.
Jeff?
So you're trolling somebody.
Yeah.
How was work?
It's work. It's all right. It's good. I shouldn't. I'm not going to complain right now. It's been all right.
Okay. How did that event go the other day that you were preparing for?
Oh, it was great. It was really good actually. I had a really good time. Um, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the one you said they had some, I don't know, fundraiser or something.
Yeah, they were raising money for the fires in California, for the
Oh,
firefighters
right.
down in California. So we had like a bunch of meals that certain dishes, so much money went to them. So like a bunch of people, it was crazy, but it was good. It was
That's,
rewarding. You know what I mean? That I
yeah.
can help out at least a little bit. Uh, yeah, I thought I would come up and say what's up. I haven't been up in a while. Thought I'd bug you.
Yeah,
I saw that you were
not
going
much
live.
up. I did a stream earlier today. I had a guest on. It was this couple, and it was a guy who spent a lot of time in prison. He was in and out of the prison system since age 13, drug
Oh,
related. And he told his story, and now he starts an organization to try to help young kids like not go down that path.
I would love his link. Do you know his like? Do you have his
Yeah, I could
stuff
put
or?
their website, and
Yeah, that'd be
I know
great.
there's people
I
in the
like
panelverse that they call it Justice Impacted.
I
Is
like to
the
donate to stuff like that. So
Here's their website.
if I can help out in any way, um, can I click on? Oh yeah.
Yeah, there are a
Okay,
couple of
cool.
peer supporters. Yeah, I'm trying to connect them with. They're really looking for people to help, like youth to help, because the more people they help, they build up data that they can use to submit to get funding and stuff.
Oh, dude, I would love to help out. Love to help them out somehow. Whatever I can do. Brian and Dara.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
working
Harold.
Sunday? Yeah,
So
says they're closed. So you'll be here for the party?
who is that?
Sorry, I was talking to my mother. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
They're
I thought
having
it
a
was.
they're having a Super Bowl party, and she's just making sure that I was going to be there.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you for reminding me. I totally forgot Sunday is the Super Bowl. I'm gonna be doing. I normally take Sundays off, but I'm gonna do an all-day stream on Sunday for Super Bowl.
Oh, cool.
It's the what, Chiefs and the Eagles.
Yep. Yep. And I've been a Chiefs fan since I was about 12 years old. So,
I think I'm gonna have
um,
to lean toward the Chiefs. I love a good Philly cheesesteak, but being a Swiftie and there's a few people from Kansas in the panelverse. I think I'm gonna lean toward the Chiefs.
it's where
I
my
think
dad's whole
they're playing
family
in
is.
New Orleans, right?
My dad's family's from. Yeah, it's in New Orleans for sure. Yeah, on the
Because they're
yeah.
doing all kind of stuff in New Orleans right now, leading up to it.
So someone that I know that's like homeless and they claim to be targeted. Oh, hi,
Hey,
Busker.
Busker.
Busker. Yeah, how you guys
Uh,
doing?
did
Just hanging out. Targeted.
someone that claims to be a targeted individual? She's been like claiming that they've been cleaning up the homeless like really bad down there right now because of that, and Mardi Gras is right after,
Uh huh. They're
and
kind of in the middle of Mardi Gras season right now.
and they're getting all the floats ready
Yeah,
and doing all that stuff, and they want him out of there. So she's been, and then she stays in a hotel pretty much every night, and she has to buy it night by night, and it went from like $60. Now it's 600 to 1,000 just to get a hotel room right now, just because of
Hmm.
Super Bowl. So
That's what
she
they do
can't.
at
She's
the B and
sleeping
B's
outside.
too.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
Mardi
they jack
Gras
all
is
those prices up
February,
during
isn't
Mardi Gras season. What does targeted mean?
it?
A targeted individual. They're more than less. They're usually schizophrenic people who believe that the government or a satanic organization or like everybody's out to get them, and people are set in place to ruin their lives, and everything's against them, and everything is about them. you know, like so
It's
they're
like a
targeted.
mental health thing, like
Yeah,
form of paranoia.
definitely.
Yeah.
What's up, Busker? Sorry, I didn't mean to like take over when you were
Oh,
trying
that's
to.
Oh, you're
okay,
not
man.
taking
You were
over.
here first.
That's what we here for.
I just hopped
This is
on just
interesting
to
to
see
me.
what you guys
What's
are
up,
talking.
Busker?
I
Not
like that
much.
photo. I like your photo. It reminds me of my friend John. It looks just like him. It's weird.
Is that a
Yeah.
recent photo?
No, that was a long time ago. That's my dad's upside. I'm playing my dad's bass upside down because I'm left-handed.
Oh, that's a bass.
Yeah, it's an acoustic
Yeah,
bass. Acoustic.
It's
I can
very
see.
artistic. Like it looks like a painting almost. Was it a filter?
Yeah, some filter on one of these programs. I don't know if it was Photoshop or what. Maybe another one.
I'm saving up right now to get my mandolin to get a mandolin again.
Oh, cool,
Hmm.
man. So you had a mandolin? Did you sell it or?
I had a really nice Gibson with like turtle shell inlays and everything. It was a very beautiful Gibson,
Wow.
and when I went to when I went to prison, I had everything in a storage unit, and it all got auctioned off. Like I lost
Oh,
everything that I
Oh,
owned,
so they
and
auctioned off your stuff?
yeah, everything, man. I had a 14 piece Yamaha drum set in there, and part of a CB set too, like a 8 piece, and they auctioned that off. Everything, my all my furniture, everything I had in my apartment was gone. So.
So then who got the money? The government?
No, I mean people come in. The people who own the storage unit auctioned off for whatever
Oh, so they
below
wanted to
to
auction it
the
off. Yeah, because they wanted to
highest bidder.
get the space back, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because I was gone and I couldn't pay for it. Yeah,
Damn, dude, that sucks.
yeah. And what sucks is I had my stuff there for like 6 months, and I paid up on it every month, you know, to make sure that everything was good, and then I got screwed, and I was locked up, and I there's nothing I could do. So it was like I paid for all that time for nothing, really. Like, yeah.
Hey, have you ever heard of a bouzouki?
yeah.
It's in the
It's an
mandolin
instrument.
family. I played an Irish bouzouki at one point. Um, I I still have one, but it's not that one because that one cracked because my house is a dry piece of shit. But like,
Yeah.
yeah, I miss
So is
playing.
that a 12? Is that 12 string?
No, it's
Yeah.
8 strings.
Eight.
It's yeah,
Okay.
it's doubled up courses like 2, 4, 6, 8, and that was a long scale one, and it sounded so beautiful, man. It was so chimey. It was great.
Yeah, I've
Uh,
seen those before, but I've never heard one.
it sounds so good. It has a really deep chimey sound, and but I also like the capo on it too. I mean,
Yeah.
whatever. You can make it sound like a mandolin if you
I
capo.
was gonna say, does the capo give it like a mandolin twang, like a little more twang, like?
Yeah, you could do that if you put it up high enough frets. You can make it sound definitely mandolin.
Huh. Cool.
Hebrew, you play music?
I used to when I was younger. I mean, I played the drums for like 17 years,
Oh,
and I
wow.
played the snare drum all through high school, and I took lessons at a very good school. I did that for like 3 years, and then I lost sight of it when I fell on my addiction and went to prison and all that and everything. But something I definitely want to get back into. Like,
Oh. So you do you have a like a channel or a website or anything? Any
no, nothing. No, I all my stuff back then was I was really young and it's all kind of gone. Everything that I owned was gone. So I've just it's all new stuff to me. But once I get my mandolin, yeah, I'll definitely play some on YouTube and definitely post some videos and stuff.
wow,
Hell
that'd be
yeah,
cool.
brother.
I'm not very good, but I play a little bit of bluegrass stuff and just mess around.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
couldn't play any real Irish music on the bouzouki, but I made it sound like it was Irish based, kind of like the Pogues did. Like they would play an Irish song and make it their own, you know?
Right. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. I'm definitely about the Irish, and I love playing the Cajun accordion and uh um Hebrew. I got the accordion builder that I liked the most lived in Eunice, and you lived right outside of Eunice or in Eunice?
Yeah, like just a few miles. That
Yeah,
was the city that we did all our shopping at.
and you know about that builder too, like Mark
Mark
Savoy.
Savoy.
Yeah, yeah, he's
Hmm.
he's a great builder.
That's
Um,
really cool.
Cajun accordion is something different, dude. It's
Yeah.
not like any other accordion.
Because we adopted it from the Germans, and then I guess we
Yeah,
modified it
yeah, yeah.
like we do everything else.
Well,
You
it's
guys?
like, sorry, go ahead.
No, you were talking. Go ahead. Sorry. Excuse
I
me.
was just gonna say that definitely they made it their own. Like they made it the same design, but they also tuned it the same way, which is basically it's called just tuning, which makes the chords sound like they're perfectly tuned with themselves. You can't equal temperament will sound completely out of whack. But if you have just temperament, you can make the chords sound perfect. And there's only 10 buttons, 20 notes, and 7-note major scale on the thing, in the thing. And but it's the loudest freaking accordion you can imagine. That's why I loved it. It just screams, man. You know what I'm saying, Jeff?
Yeah. I like them. They're cool. My grandfather he played one too. He didn't really play that, but he played anything with strings. He played lap steel and banjo and 12
Oh, cool.
string and
Oh wow,
everything you could think of. He cut a lot of gospel records with people a long time ago.
wow.
Musical
I
fan?
never met him.
Did
I
you
never
have it
met
growing
him.
up, like the records?
Mm, He died when my dad was like 11, and I never. I only have like one picture of him. I've only seen him one time, and he has a. It's a picture of him standing in front of his house with his Martin around his neck, and my aunt has that Martin guitar, and it's like old Martin guitar. But
I wonder.
sorry,
I wonder
I
if it
went
can
off.
be refurbished or something.
I went off. It's in a safe right now. It's worth a lot of money. But what was I gonna say though? Um, Oh, but he could play anything with strings, man. He could play like cello, he could play lap steel, he could play banjo, guitar. I mean anything, classical guitar. He played anything with strings, and he was very much into like the gospel blues. Um,
What part of the country did he grow up?
in Kansas.
Ah.
Yeah, his nickname was Frog. They called him Frog because he had like a really weird voice. He sounded like a frog when you talked. I guess
Like Louis Armstrong.
people called him Frog. But
I guess it didn't
yeah,
bother him.
no, I mean, I need to look into it some more. I never really did my research on that side of the family because it's all dark and stuff I don't want to dig into. But like, I heard that he's cut some records with some pretty well known gospel, like big people back then, like back
Yeah.
in the day. I think it'd be cool to look into that. But
I wonder if you can you look up his name on YouTube or Google, I mean, and maybe see that he was mentioned in a lineup for
oh
music.
yeah, very much so. Yeah, I could. Like I said, I haven't done any of that. I only really researched my mom's side of the family just because I grew up with them all, and I kind
Yeah.
of got to know my grandfather and stuff. So, but yeah, but yeah, no. What are those one little boxes? Like they're like a box, and they have like the little metal pins on them, and they make sounds when you like hit the pins. They make the little ting 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 ting. I
Like
want
the
one of
thumb
those little.
pianos?
Yeah, I think that's
Oh
exactly what
yeah,
it is. It
yeah.
has like a
I know.
hole. Has like a hole in the middle of it, and like the
Yeah, my nephew's got one of those, man. He it's like you pluck the things with your thumbs, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I can't remember the name of those, but like my nephew bought one of them, and
This chick at the bus stop let me play with one, and like I really want to get one. Hers was really cool. It was shaped like it was like half of a heart almost, like it was shaped kind of like a heart, like
exactly.
one half of a heart, and it was
Yeah.
like the size of a mandolin, but it
Mm.
was cool. It was like the sound you could make with it was really cool. I didn't want her to take it away from me when her bus came. Like I was like, fucking no, but she took it. Like I was having so much fun with it, and I didn't get a chance to even like talk to her about it because I was so just like intrigued. I guess it was cool.
Yeah, man. I used to play music, Cajun accordion, and my dad would play guitar. We play down in Fells Point, Baltimore, and it's like the bar hop in town. And I like talking to people more than just getting the dollars that people throw in the box. I just love talking to people. It was great. You know, that's all gone now because of the whole BLM thing that started, and then all of a sudden the thing went down the tubes. The whole like bar scene in Fells is people are selling their places. The place I used to play in front of is gone now. I mean,
Oh
not
yeah,
a place anymore.
Oh, like it
it's
closed.
it's too bad how like fast like where I live, we had like the riot in Oregon where I live. Up in Portland, we had like the huge riots like right at the end of
Oh, I didn't know
COVID.
that's where you were. I heard it was
Yeah,
really bad over there.
and I just was getting out of prison when the riots like just ended, and it seems like you go downtown Portland and stuff, and all the businesses are boarded up and closed. There's nothing open anymore, and it's like a ghost town. And like it's sad because I remember when I was homeless and I came from a small town. I was like, I went up to Portland. I used to go to punk shows. Like every night there was a punk show, $3, $4 entry punk show you could pay. They had live bands, and we would just get fucked up and like
Yeah,
go
dude.
stay at, go sleep at a park for the night and wake up and like wonder what the fuck happened. And like those were the nights like, and it was safe and cool. And we'd like at night, what we would do is go to those fancy restaurants and steal the tips off the table. And that
Oh
was like our
no.
way. That was our way to get money to survive when we were homeless. And I know it's really bad, guys, but this is before all my growing up type shit. But and I lived that life for like a year and a half, just doing that, like just going to raves and going to punk shows and going to like all these shows of music and stuff. And it seems like all of that is gone just because of all the crazy shit. Like you can't even hang out outside of a place
They took all
anymore
the fun
without
out of
like,
being homeless.
Yeah,
yeah.
this past decade, the past 5 years for me has been dog shit. Honestly, yeah. Let's hope it looks upward a little bit. I don't know what's gonna happen with Trump. I hope he does well. I
It'll
can
probably
only
be a
hope.
mixed bag of chaos and then some things that you want.
I
Like
need to
you know
look
what
in.
the one thing is like the USAID. I saw some itemized shit, and like what they're putting millions of dollars into is so stupid, man. There's like this one is multi-million dollar uh thing that they're doing to teach people to put their socks on in some fucking third world country. I mean,
Huh.
seriously, dude, that's how fucking stupid the Biden administration must have been, or maybe it's been like that forever. But there's also the whole bunch of DEI stuff involved with that, and also the transing of people in other countries and all that. I hope Trump takes that shit away because
Didn't
like he does want to take the AID away, doesn't he?
I have no idea.
Don't you know, Jeff? The USAID. I think he's against that, right? So
It's Bex. It's called the United States Agency for International Development. It's kind of it's money for the U.S. to promote things from different countries
it's
all over the
pork.
world.
It's
They
complete
do
pork.
different things in different countries, but it's kind of our foreign development department.
Yeah, development of their
Infrastructure that like they're like
well, that it's
just
the itemized shit I saw was pretty fucking, uh, if not hilarious, sick.
oh okay.
You know?
They
Yeah,
give
sorry, I
foreign
don't
aid and
follow the
developmental
politics.
assistance to different countries, and they have a budget of over 50 billion.
Yep.
And so Trump is going through and looking at all the stuff they're doing and shutting a lot of it down.
Good, good, good.
Didn't
See
he
that?
already sign a thing for like the like the women who want to be in men's sport can't do that anymore? I thought he
He
signed
That's
did.
right.
something on them.
I think
He
I
did.
heard that. I
He
Huh.
wonder if
did.
they're gonna do it by
That
school.
had more popular support than anything else he's done so far.
Right? They should.
Sorry, I don't follow anything when it comes to like like politics or
Neither do
who's
I
doing
didn't
this
for
and
a
that.
long time. I totally didn't. But like I just look at their mistakes basically, and I add it all up.
Yeah.
And Biden was a real simple thing to add up.
Jeff, you as like a person who's into like I mean, or not into, but know these kind of things. Do you feel like you have a voice in what happens and what where we're headed and what's going on, or do you? How do you
I
feel
mean,
about that, Jeff? I'm just curious.
I've never felt like I didn't have a voice, and I've always had a big mouth and know how to use it. So I could always like find a way to get my voice heard when it's necessary. But voices are more. My voice is more effective at the local level than the federal level. My federal level voice is my vote, and here in Washington State at the state level, I have a voice. I don't feel like I don't have a voice, but I also don't feel like my voice does much. That I can express my voice. I can use it, but nobody listens to
People
it and it doesn't
listen,
change
but it
anything.
doesn't change a lot. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Just because of the way things are set up here in Washington State, I'm just too much of a minority for them to take it seriously.
Yeah. Because I feel like people judge Oregon way too much. They think we're just some like it's so different than people think it is. Like it's little pockets of
I
different
judge it
everywhere.
too, especially Portland,
And
because I know that like rural Oregon looks pretty cool. It looks like most of the rural areas that I've been in. But it's Portland that seems so crazy.
yeah,
What
it's too
strain you
bad.
token?
I don't smoke. I don't do. It's just nicotine. It's just
Okay, it's just vaping the nicotine.
yeah,
My
yeah. I
dad.
was. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say my dad loves that.
I was just gonna say my story. I don't know if you have ever heard me talk, but I was a junkie for like 16 years and stuff. So I don't do anything anymore, just because it'll lead to other things. So I don't
Yeah,
smoke
the
weed or
trigger.
don't do anything at all because I know where it will take me. So I stay away from everything.
I'm
That's how
surprised.
do you have like a group or a program that you work?
Um, I did like NA is for some people, but it's just not for me, and I knew that a long time ago. And I found a support group through my counseling through Bridgeway, which was like my aftercare when I got out of prison. And I made it my own choice into staying into that recovery after 6 months. I did 6 extra months just on my own accord because I felt like it just was helping me so much. And I met some guys, and we have like a pretty tight knit group if I need to. Um, yeah, but I find myself not reaching out. I celebrated 6 years 2 weeks ago, so
Wow.
got 6 years clean. Yeah,
Congrats, dude.
yeah. Thank you.
I've been
Yeah,
sort of clean. Like since the MS pulled the
Clean of what?
alcohol,
Oh,
uh,
okay.
because I used to drink a fuckload, but now I can't because the MS
that's
is telling me I can't. Right, so that's my AA right there. But it's
so.
not like I can, once in a while, if I got, it's a holiday and it's around a holiday, sure. And if I've accomplished something and I feel like but that's like every 2 months, maybe once a month at
Yeah,
most.
dude, I haven't had a drink in 14 years, dude. And that's
That's great.
crazy because I'm around a family of alcoholics.
And you
Yeah.
work at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Wow.
And my boss is an alcoholic too. He
Oh.
drinks on the job constantly.
Oh
Wow.
god.
It's hard, but like at the same time, it's just not for me. Like I hate being loud and obnoxious and like getting out of hand or like not being myself, you know. So I try to like keep control of what I do, and that's a big one for me is alcohol. I used to drink like a half gallon of vodka every day, and then as many beers or wine as I could after that. And I
Oh,
was there in the morning, like waiting for the door to open to get my next bottle, like every day. And I yeah, dude, I put it down and picked up heroin, and then that took me on a whole nother adventure for 16 years, and then
Oh
I
my
just gave it
gosh.
all up when I went to prison.
did the prison kind of straighten you? Like,
Oh yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I made the choice, man. Like, there's people who go in and out of there like it's nothing. They know they'll be back, or they know what they're gonna do right when they hit the street. And I
Yeah,
went in there and I just said, dude, enough's enough. Like, this isn't for me. My
that's
parents
great.
are getting older. Like, I want to be with them. And like, I've been incarcerated for a little less than half my life. And I'm getting older. It's just not worth it anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it's a fucking terrible place to be when, but,
Was
but you
that when
get,
you were in the rave scene or the punk scene or just on your own or?
no, that was after all that. Like, I had something tragic happen, and um, I just used with a girlfriend one day, like on a summer day, going swimming, and I got hooked the minute I tried it, and I just fucking went crazy, and ended up controlling my whole life. And then until I got into some big trouble, I got sent away for a lot of shit, and I got very lucky too. So yeah.
Did you do the needle or did you snort?
I snorted and smoked it. I
Yeah,
have never shot up once in my life.
yeah. I've done heroin snorting it, but that was like a long, long time ago. But before I even knew I had MS. But anyway, so this one time I did heroin, and the my old friend he came along with me. He drove me somewhere, and he had heroin, he had crack, and I had a pint of Jack Daniels and some pot. So like I mixed it all together, and I wasn't throwing up or nothing, but he was saying you're turning green. And I looked in the mirror, and sure enough, I was looking green, dude.
Uh-huh.
It was bad.
Yeah, do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Snoring, it just didn't feel good to me. I thought it felt really shitty. I guess maybe it was the mixture of all of it. I never had it on its own.
Well, I mean, the first few times you get really nauseous and you get
Yeah,
like sick
that's
to your
what I thought.
stomach, and because your body's not used to the opiates. Yeah, it'll definitely do that to you.
Yeah.
But but yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
like the closest thing I'll ever come to opiates now are is kratom, but I don't really do that anymore. And that's not even an opiate. It's kind of opiate like. You've heard of kratom, right?
Oh, yeah, you get that at like the smoke shops.
Yeah, you can get it smoke shop. I can get it
I
online.
tried it, but it was too. I mean, it didn't. I kind of felt floaty for a little while, but it didn't really do too much.
invented
It
brain.
didn't do enough to make it worth spending the money on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I miss those were the days, Jeremy.
Crust palaces.
I used to skate Burnside every day. I used to skate Burnside back in the day. They used to line up on the fucking where the semi trucks back up, like on the loading dock. The sleeping bags would be lined up with all the homeless sleeping on the underneath the
Wow.
bridge. Yeah, it's pretty crazy back then. It was even crazy back then. I remember some crazy shit going down back then, and that's when I was like hella younger. It's like in my 16, 17.
Was that in the 90s?
Yeah. Early 2000, late 90s, yeah.
They have a really good documentary called Streetwise, which was made in 1983, and it shows the street kids in Seattle. That scenes, and it was going on even back then. You could see it.
Streetwise? I'll
Yeah,
have to check that out. I love that kind of shit.
it's really good. You could probably find it on free online somewhere.
I'll check it out.
And it reminded me of the movie Kids, but like a real life version of it.
Kids.
Yeah, that came
Cause
out in the 90s, kids did, and the other one came out in the 80s.
Yeah, Streetwise was 83. Well, I think it came out 84. It was a magazine article like Time Life or something. This journalist went and did a photo essay on these street kids, and they wanted to turn it into an actual documentary. So they
Oh,
gave them
okay.
some money to go out and film their life because the magazine article was so moving. And
Helena
it
Burns.
makes Kids look like a Disney movie because it's real. Like Kids is all actors.
Yeah, yeah.
Burnside
Yeah,
is
Helena, I agree. Like that, Kids is one of the scariest movies I have ever seen. That is a horror movie. When people ask me what is a scary movie, Kids, you're absolutely right. So this Streetwise thing is even scarier than Kids because it's real and it makes Kids look like a Disney movie. So once you watch Streetwise, kids seems like fiction. It really is. It's kids is filmed very realistically, like a documentary, but it's all actors.
To answer her question, Burnside is a bridge in Portland, and underneath it's like a skate park and like a really bad area of Portland, like where it's like
Did
a
you see that movie Paranoid Park?
no.
Yeah.
It's filmed in Portland. It's about the skate scene in Portland. It's Gus Van Sant, and it's really good. And they have this little skate
Paranoid.
park that all the kids go to.
Was
Damn,
that
Jeff,
what
you
was that?
give me
When did that come out?
I think in the like 2000s.
Uh,
And he's the one that did Last Days and Elephant.
oh, um, Paranoid Park, the movie
So
trailer.
and it kind of shows the little skate scene in Portland.
Yeah, where they're like skating in the tunnels and shit,
Yeah,
and like those.
2007.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
there. I think it's like it. I think there's a murder, and they believe it's one of the skate kids. So the cops are always going out and
yeah. I've seen it
interviewing the
before.
skate kids to try to get information to solve the murder. And a
Yeah, I
lot of it
remember that.
focuses on the skate scene.
did you guys ever watch Suburbia? The first, the
The
very
one from the 80s, like the early
yeah,
80s.
yeah, the
Yeah,
'80s one. Yeah,
that one's kind of disturbing too.
I know, man. But I loved it though as a kid. I was like, wow, man, this is fucking awesome. I wish the shows I went to were like this.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
it's
'80s punk scene seemed a lot more raucous than the '90s, I think. But
oh, it
then,
was. We were the OG, like the late 70s, early 80s, because I don't know if you
yeah,
remember this, but in the DC hardcore scene about 85, they had what was called Revolution Summer, and it's where they started to try to make punk like positive and inclusive, and it's kind of where like the beginning of wokeness. They started to integrate women and feminism and make it less violent and more appealing to other cultures and that's kind of when punk started to change and become
Is that when they
family
started
friendly. But
putting
before
like
that, it was all about violence and male energy and fuck the system. And then the women started to complain and say, "Oh, we don't feel safe." And they redid the hardcore scene, and it was called Revolution Summer.
wow, man, I never heard of
mm,
that.
that's when they were like anti. They used to put like the X's on the back of their hands, so you could tell like they weren't into drugs or
Yeah,
didn't
they were. There was
didn't
this
promote
whole part of the
violence.
punk movement that was trying
Yeah,
to differentiate itself from this like aggressively male energy.
not
And so there was
non-violent
this
punk
whole
rock.
movement, and it became the dominant form of punk. And then they started having these little like all ages punk shows. They didn't serve
Yeah,
alcohol. They policed everybody to not get out of hand.
yeah, like they were like it was like Minor Threat was all totally dug into that too. I mean,
Yeah, Minor Threat was behind the straight edge movement, but
I'm
they
a
were part of
straight
the
edge.
original hardcore scene too. They helped to start it.
Yeah, like yeah,
But it was
totally,
that same crowd, the same people, the same bands, and the same people that would go to those shows were
exactly.
some of the ones that started this new trend in punk, and that was '85. So that's about when it started to change. But before that, it was the old school punk.
Yeah.
Pigpen, was that in Portland?
No idea.
I don't know. I've only been to Portland. Well, I've driven through it, but I've only stopped once. We went to the Pearl. I went
Yeah,
to Powell's bookstore, which I loved. I could
I
walk
love
around in there all
pals.
day.
Me too. One of my favorite places to be. I love pals. We used to have there's a place called the B Complex in Portland, and that was like sort of like it was like just a shithole kind of hole in the wall place that there's bands like every night, and it was cool. Oh man, it was so awesome. Like I miss those days where it was like, oh, let's just go, see a show. We'd all be skating, and then it's like showtime. And, the sun would start going down. We go see a show. And,
Oh yeah, dude,
uh,
that's like
those were the days, man. But,
in the
but
skater punk scene. Did you guys like blast your boom boxes while you skated?
It wasn't that long ago for me, but yeah, I mean, like, we didn't really do too much. I mean, we'd park the car with the doors open and blare music and skate, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
No, it was Jeremy. It was scripted. It was actors. That's where a lot of that's where Chloe Sevigny got her start. Rosario Dawson, Leo Fitzpatrick. One of them killed themselves, but they were it was acting. All of these people still have careers. Believe it
Yeah,
or
I
not.
know. I know that one kid. Like, I remember
What's his,
that.
God? What's his
He's
name?
on all those like drama movie
Casper,
shows.
the one that played Casper.
Oh yeah, he's got that like
I think it was in Vegas. He
he's
got he
looks
had got a hotel room in Vegas. And
he's kind of a goofy looking
yeah, he had this the spiky hair.
Casper. Yeah, I kind of remember that. Yeah, I remember that. That flick.
Um, I think I'm gonna hop off of here. I appreciate you guys' time.
Yeah, it was good talking, brother.
Oh yeah, you too,
Yeah,
Hebrew.
and Jeff, sorry, I've just been kind of like kind of hidden away from YouTube. I always do that for a little while
Like
when I
in a
need
in a
to.
healthy way.
Yeah, just a mental note. Yeah, I just
Yeah.
needed to get away for a while. So it's nice catching up and seeing that you're still out here doing it. And I'm definitely going to check out that community roots thing for sure. I'll see what I can do about maybe supporting them somehow.
Yeah, and I invited them back too, so maybe
Cool.
um,
Yeah,
we
maybe.
could do
Yeah,
a
it'd be
stream.
great. I'm still in the Discord, so if you remember, you probably won't remember, but if you remember, if you ever have them on, shoot me a message or something,
Okay.
or
No, yeah, I
or
will, because I
if
thought
you
of you
can,
today as he was telling his story.
yeah. I definitely like to speak to people like minded like that who've been through, you know, the system and because you never get out.
He was in for life, and he managed to get out. It was life with possibility of parole, and it was like after 4 or 5 tries, he finally got the parole. But he was supposed to be in there for life,
How much time did he do? You
like
said it's
20
from
something
13.
years, I think.
Okay, yeah. So it's kind of okay.
And Dara was his childhood sweetheart in grade school, and after he got out, he found her on social media, and they reconnected, and they're like a couple now doing this thing to help youth.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Um,
So yeah,
well,
I'll
yeah.
definitely do that and
I
keep
wish you
taking care
guys
of
luck,
yourself.
and you guys keep rocking, man. Keep doing
It's
your
good
thing, man.
talking, my
And
friend.
yeah,
Oh,
it
I'll
was nice
keep
meeting you,
rocking. That's
Busker,
for
and
sure.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
dude.
sure I've seen you here a few times, but I've always been with Calla. Oh,
Do you ever do live streams anymore?
I do. My
Every
channel
once
got
in a while?
struck. My channel got struck twice in a row, so I was off for
Oh,
like
shit.
2 months.
Here,
And
I'm gonna drop it.
if you drop it, yeah, go ahead and subscribe and stop by and
Is it
come up
still
and
the Hebrew Hammer operator?
I think
yeah.
I might be
I'm trying to
subscribed.
have like more intellectual conversation, which never fucking happens on my panels. But
Because all the
um,
drama people show up.
it'd be
Because that's where they
cool
know
to
you
get
from.
get some people in there that wanna chit chat and stuff. If you ever want to chit chat, yeah, I'll go. I love going live. I just never have a lately. I just haven't had like a reason to, if you know what I mean. Like it's just been kind of like I don't want to deal with what comes in there lately, so I haven't
I
been doing
got
it.
Oh,
you.
right.
Yeah, dude, that's like
Here's Hebrew's channel, guys. Give him a like, subscribe,
Yeah,
etc. He
come
does
see
panels
me.
too.
I lost my big channel, so I'm rebuilding, and I'm rebuilding this
okay.
channel.
Oh,
So
So
I
let me.
gotta I
Oh, yeah, it is a new channel. I'm not even subbed. Okay, I just subbed.
yeah, where's the link?
Here, I'll
Oh
put
yeah,
it in the
Gavati
back.
I got it. Yeah, put it in the back. That'd be better.
There you go.
Tisha. But yeah, it's
Thanks.
nice seeing everybody. Take care, and until next time. And go Chiefs. Yeah.
Yes, go Chiefs. We're doing an all-day stream Sunday for Super Bowl. Hey, Shift. Joe, yeah, I hope so. They'll like I think if the USA AID whatever wants to do something positive for humanity, they should bring McDonald's fries to as many people in the world as they can. All of these underdeveloped countries should get that experience. That's a very easy luxury experience to export.
Hey Jeff,
Um,
The link
Shelby, what's going on? Let's see. Funding.
the link only took me to YouTube. That's so weird.
Oh, did you
It
sure?
only took me to the YouTube main page.
That's weird. It did the same thing with me. Okay. Let
Yeah.
me fix that somehow.
That should be the like how that happened is beyond me. That's so fucking
It's doing it. That is weird. Let's
that
see.
is so fucking weird.
What? Oh, I see. It's because I have the URL wrong. Try this one.
Okay.
God damn it. Hang on.
It's all good, man.
Hang on. I'll get it. I know how to fix it. I just gotta focus. Okay, we're gonna start over.
Oh, I'm gonna mute this.
Ignore the link I put for Hebrew's channel. I'm gonna put a different one. Okay. You gotta put the little at thing. There we go. I got it now. All right, here's Hebrew's real channel. No, that's the typo's intentional. I had just got the URL wrong. Okay. Yeah, go Chiefs. Our Eagles. I'm personally leaning to the Chiefs just because I'm a Swiftie. But I enjoy a good Philly cheesesteak too, so the Eagles could sway me as well. Yeah, Justin Pierce. That's his name. That's his name. Chloe was. She was in that Sonic Youth video. She was like wasn't she a model or something? Cause she was in the Sugarcane video before Kids. And Leo Fitzpatrick, I don't know if you know who Caleb Lindsay is. He's this gay black artist that does kind of YouTube soap opera videos, and he teams up with James Franco, and James Franco does drag. He plays different characters in drag, and Leo Fitzpatrick is part of their little team, and he's in those videos. And I saw a movie recently, or some TV show with Leo Fitzpatrick in it. In fact, which one was it?
I wonder if I saw his face, I'd probably recognize him.
Um, God, what was? He was in Maniac. Was that the one? He's also in Sons of Anarchy.
That was about
Oh, it was The Wire. The first season of The Wire. He played one of the little street druggy kids.
okay. Yeah, I probably remember him.
The little white kid. Me too, Shift. And from Philly. I've had plenty of cheesesteaks in my life, but until I had one from Philly, it was in Drexel Hill actually, but close enough. That sandwich, I will never have a better sandwich in my life. Maybe except for maybe the Chicago beef sandwiches.
Yeah, man, they don't do it. They don't do cheesesteak justice in Baltimore at all. Actually, I had a really good one, but it was at this Italian place. It was really, really good.
What is Baltimore known for? Do they have a dish?
Well, I mean, like Maryland and Baltimore are known for the crabs and crab cakes,
Mm.
steamed crabs. We don't boil crabs
Do
out
they have
here.
a crab sandwich?
Oh yeah, they have crab cake sandwiches, and also that we have soft shell crabs and all that. Um, yeah,
I don't remember if it had the whiz, because I don't like cheese whiz. It was at some little hole in the wall, like
Yeah, cheese whiz on a
Mom and
steak
pop
soup is
walk-in
bad.
place. It was the
Oh,
closest one to me. I just walked there. I said I wanted a Philly, and I walked there. I put in the order. They had like this big rough prison cook taking orders and making the sandwiches. And then he gave it to me in my little go bag, and I brought it home and I put it in my mouth. And oh my God, I was not prepared for the sensation storm that was about to happen. But I think it was just the Philly and the cheese, like whatever is it, provolone or mozzarella,
yeah,
and then
something.
onion and bell pepper.
Yeah,
And then
that's
I
good.
don't know if they put a gravy or some kind of sauce on it.
Probably mayo.
The people in
Make it.
Greenland should, you know who should get McDonald's is Norway, and also Kentucky Fried Chicken. You know they're one of the only countries in the world without a KFC
Mm, that's
because
weird.
of the expense of sourcing the chicken.
Yeah, where are they
She's
gonna
had
get their
Baltimore
chicken
crab
from?
cakes.
Oh man, I don't like KFC anymore, and I don't like Popeyes anymore. Oh, I used to love
You don't like
Popeyes.
Popeyes?
It's changed, dude. The
Oh, it
bread and
has it? Oh, I haven't had it in years. I'm
yeah,
scared to try it now.
you don't want to try it now, dude. It's really changed.
Don't do that to me.
I'm sorry
Well,
to say.
have you tried? They have the Chicken Little sandwiches, not KFC, which someone told me to try. So that's going to be my next big food adventure. Maybe this
Chicken,
week
chicken
after the
little,
snow passes.
a chicken little sandwich. Is that
Yeah,
what
it's a
it is?
little. It's like a little KFC chicken tender on a
Like a
bread
slider.
with some pickle. Yeah, like a chicken slider.
Chicken slider. Oh
It's
man.
gonna slide right into my mouth. And then McDonald's is across the street, so I can stop for fries.
And it always depends on if it's been sitting there for hours and they're heating thing, or if somebody's just made
They're
it.
not supposed to let it sit for hours. Don't they have to
Well, I
time
mean,
it and throw it away
n- I,
or give
I
it to the homeless?
I found that like most fast food I've gotten, it seems like a lot of the time it's been in the timer thing forever. You know, like it's
I
kind of
know they
gross.
do that with the McDonald's fries. If you don't get it,
McDonald's, yeah,
if you don't time it
McDonald's,
right, and if you go at an off hour,
yeah, the fries are
you can
awful
get some
most of
room
the time,
temperature
man.
fries.
I've never had good. I haven't had good McDonald's fries in decades.
Well, I wish the one by my house has them. I wish there was a way to give them.
Send me some, but
Yeah,
by the time they
the
get here, then we
we need
can.
one of those little Jetsons replicators.
Oh yeah, dude, that would be awesome. Wow, we'll never live to see that. And
Now I'm
people probably
hungry.
thought, like back in the day, they probably thought, you know, in the 22 after 2000, we're probably gonna have stuff like this. Well, we're not getting that fast, but we're getting fast.
Though we have a lot of fancy, impressive technology, but
Yeah, it's
not
nothing like
the
that.
food thing is still. You gotta
That's
ask for no salt. Oh, and then they have to cook it. Yeah, you're right, because then they have to make it and then just salt it yourself. Because I always end up having to put salt on it anyway, because it all goes to the bottom. And so when I start eating the fries, I don't get that salt taste right away. I love Harmony Korine. Although, what was the one he did recently? Not Spring Break. That was pretty good. Oh, Trash Humpers was pretty awful. But
trash.
Mr. Lonely was good, and he did one recently that I'm not sure was as good as his other stuff. Maybe it was a TV show. Let me see. Was it the Beach Bomb? Maybe it was the Beach Bomb. Baby Invasion. What is that? Aggro Drift.
Baby
Ooh,
invasion.
this looks good. An action crime thriller. But what is Baby Invasion? A home invasion in which the intruders' faces have been swapped with baby faces using AI. Oh my God. It's it was structured as a first-person shooter, and it leaked to the dark web. A group of mercenaries disguised with baby faces invade the mansions of the wealthy and powerful with murderous intent. That looks cool, actually.
Do you have Netflix, Jeff?
Um, I have access to it. I don't have it
Um,
myself, but
have you seen any of Black Mirror?
I watched. I think the very first one just to check it out. It reminded me of the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, it's like a like Twilight Zone on heroin or crack, something on PCP. It's just like fucking out of this fucking world, man. Like there's so many. Every episode's different. Like yeah, like Twilight Zone. But it's definitely worth watching, man. I've watched it for the fourth time. It's been around so long now. Um,
Jeremy, you watch videos of people eating Chicken Little sandwiches? This this aggro drift looks good too. It's about the an assassin on his mission to kill a demonic crime lord, and it's filmed entirely in infrared photography. I
wow.
didn't know he. I didn't. Beach Bum was the last movie I thought that he did. Gummo was. Man, I relate to
I
that one.
remember that. Actually, I don't remember that. I remember it was kind of not my kind of movie. I don't know.
It's a rough watch. We'll have to play it in the Discord one day. It's the one he did after kids. But yeah, look up Baby Invasion. I think it's either coming out or it's out now. Let me see. When do we get Baby Invasion? Edge Lord. Oh, he has a company now called Edge Lord that he's putting these movies out on. Yep, Baby Invasion was released last August. Hello, Miss
Hi.
Shift. What's
Hi.
up?
Hello.
Okay, so hi. Oh, I just have a quick question for you, Jeff.
Okay,
Matt,
lay it on me.
I'm gonna. Okay, so like every other time I watched you, I thought that behind you was like a lamp or something by like your door.
The Baphomet. That would be cool if he. I'm actually now that I have a job, I'm gonna be
Oh,
upgrading. I might get some lighting for him.
oh, okay.
You should get a
Okay.
larger one. Get
And
a
he has a
human-sized
flame. It's not
one.
really a lamp, but there's a flame on top of his head.
Get
Maybe I
Oh.
could find a way to light that.
get a human-sized one to sit right next to
Oh,
you.
I'd love that. Like the Satanic Temple has, except without the little children.
Okay.
Oh, you could rub its head and everything. That'd be fun.
Yeah, rub his
That'd be great.
chest.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I don't know what my eyes were doing, but like, or now it doesn't. I don't know. It sort of morphed into like a target practice thing, like at like a pew pew range, and I was like, "What?" It looked like a character from like a sorry, it looked like a character from like Futurama or something. I was like, "What is that?" I can't explain it
Futurama,
now.
isn't that a cartoon?
Yeah, but like it looked like the
Don't
wings were like funky
don't
hair. I'm
listen to
sorry.
cover your
I'm
ears.
sorry.
Don't listen to
Okay,
this.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
With
go
all
ahead.
due
No,
respect.
I want you to be able to express. Satan can handle him, so he can handle it. Go ahead. Just don't shoot at him.
That was just JK, of course, allegedly. Anyway, I just couldn't tell what it was, and now I know. And I or like a Muppet. No, a Fraggle Rock. That's what it looked like. Like
You're
a
wrecking my
shadow.
religion. Oh my
I'm
God. Now I know what it
no,
feels
like
like when people get
Fraggle
offended
Rock.
when over making fun of people's religion.
doesn't it kind of look like a sadistic Fraggle Rock?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Respectfully.
it's our Lord Satan, not a
Okay,
Muppet.
goodbye.
It's not a Fraggle.
But like in the like a dark Fraggle Rock.
Mm.
Never
I mean, it
mind.
sounds cool. The idea sounds cool.
I have
If you
astigmatism,
had
is that
said
right?
like a Mister Rogers puppet, you might be closer because those were some of the
No, it's
scariest
like
creations
the
I've ever
wings look
seen.
like hair. It looks like a funky bun,
What's a funky bun? Is that
like
one of
a
your
funky
weird
messy
YouTube
bun.
things?
No, just like a messy hair bun. Never mind.
Oh, like a
Okay,
man bun? I
yeah,
think
but
all
like
man buns are funky. No offense to people with man buns, but
Yeah, dude.
like a Fraggle Rock bun. Whatever. If you know, you know, and I'm probably the only one. Never mind. I was never here. Oh my gosh. Oh my
neither
gosh. I
was
absorbed.
Busker.
I absorbed Busker. I sacrificed Busker for this
Uh,
stupidity. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here we are. Now I feel like I should stay because I ruined. Somebody
You
else
ruined.
come up here, please. Oh gosh, my anxiety's kicking in. How about yours?
What's kicking in?
My anxiety, my crippling anxiety.
I didn't even know you had anxiety. How does somebody that?
Oh my gosh, I have crippling anxiety. Terrible,
What does it cripple you
horrific,
from? Not from doing panels.
everything. Oh my gosh, I have horrible anxiety on panels.
What? Well,
Terrible,
you
terrible.
handle it very well. I didn't even know.
No, I like kick people off, and I hate what they say, and I get worried about how people feel, and I private everything, and I do
Are you
all
a
the
people
things.
pleaser?
I don't want to hurt people. I don't really enjoy. You know what I mean? I mean, I'll drag a bitch, but like I will, but I don't want other people to necessarily. I don't know. It's very. I have weird. I don't know. Hypocrite. I don't know. I can't explain it. I don't
Well,
know.
do you? I think that's noble not to want to hurt people, but most people are more resilient than they pretend. I don't feel like I'm
I'm
hurting people. If they're that fragile,
fragile.
it's not me doing the hurting.
Uh, I don't know.
Like nothing I say or
Oh
do should damage people that much.
gosh, I feel terrible about joining your panel and insulting your statue.
It's good practice. It helps me develop the resiliency I need to be an effective Satanist.
What about me, Jeff? What about me? Oh, thank you. Letters I didn't see fast enough. I feel bad about that. Like I feel
Yeah,
bad about
Bex
all the.
empathizes with you. Oh,
Yeah.
Black Mirror. Okay. I watched one or two of them. They were okay. My problem with it was they were short and they were like little self-contained. They were like little
Mm-hmm.
one-offs, and I like the long form storytelling.
Mm.
And so they
Ooh,
were
you
just
like the
like
long one?
bonbons, little digestible pieces of TV that you consume.
I think some people like that. Like I saw a couple episodes. Yeah, they're standalone. I'm trying to remember. I saw like the one where it was like the people got like social points or something. Like you like would interact with people, and it was like, oh, like give me, you know, 5 stars for our interactions or something. Do you know what I'm talking about?
That's scary. That sounds like real life.
Yeah, it was really weird. And then the other one I saw was like even freakier. It was like you like told AI or something your worst nightmare, and then you like experienced it, and it was
Oh,
fucked
and it
up.
would start to happen. Do they have
Yeah,
any about like YouTube people with YouTube channels
it
and the
should have been that, but
stuff that happens
I
on the panels starts happening in real life, or vice
have you
versa?
ever? No, I think it was about a spider. I can't remember. I blocked it
Oh,
out. Trust. But have you ever had a YouTube dream?
yeah, I have.
Yeah, it
Or
was the
I've
way you
dreamed
said it was
about
fucked up.
people on YouTube and the
I've done that
panels.
too. I've had, yeah, yeah.
And I
And
was playing that video game, and I started having the video game dreams where my dreams were in they were from the game world I was playing in.
hmm, was it a violent game?
It was a it was tragic. Yeah, they had some violence in it. They tried to kill
No,
me.
wait. Oh, they tried. Okay, you didn't try to like.
Yeah, and they ended up killing my man after he tried to
Oh.
save me. That was hard. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to spoil the plot because I have a playlist up and people can go follow the story, so I don't want to spoil it for them. But so just pretend you didn't hear what I just said.
I didn't. Well, I wasn't listening.
Okay, good. That's the best. that's that's the healthiest thing
Okay,
to do on these
sorry. Like if
panels
you
is not
look at,
listen.
if you didn't know what was behind you, like just look real quick at your screen. Tell me it doesn't look like a Fraggle Rock
I
spy.
see. When I just glanced at it, you know how they have those angel lamps? It's like the angels with like porcelain
Yeah,
angels
yeah,
or something with the way that you can put a
sure.
light bulb in their head. I can
So,
see maybe that.
but you don't see any kind of Fraggle Rock
I
spy.
don't. Well, first of all, I don't watch. I don't even know what a Fraggle is.
Can you look
It's
up
like some
Fraggle Rock?
Muppet creature, but I didn't
Look
watch.
up
I didn't grow up
Fraggle
with
Rock.
any of that. All we had
Come
was Captain
on.
Kangaroo. They didn't have Fraggles on
Look
there.
up Fraggle Rock.
All right, let me look it up.
You're a
I was.
scientist.
Let's see. What is a Fraggle? Fraggle. Is that Jim Henson or some other company?
Something like that, probably.
Musical fantasy comedy puppet television created by Jim Henson. When you need that many adjectives to describe a show. A
It's all
production of
those words.
Canada, the United Kingdom, and the United States. Oh my God, that's scary enough.
Intergalactic. Do 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 do.
Oh, look, Helena's here.
Hey, Elena.
Don't run her off. But, hey,
I
Helena.
make no promises.
Hey, everybody.
Here, let's
Hi.
look at Fraggles. Did you
Hi.
grow up with Fraggle Rock?
Yeah, Jeff, I just came to say, what do you mean you don't know what Fraggle Rock is?
I didn't.
Thank
They
you.
look. First of
Look
all,
at the
this looks
hair.
like something past my generation, like my brother's age.
Um,
When did
I
it
don't
start?
know. Well, I mean, if you didn't
And
have
they look way
HBO,
too happy. I would not have been into this as a kid. Like
well,
pathologically happy.
they sang a song at the beginning.
Yeah,
It was like down
1983.
in
I was
Fraggle
in
Rock,
I was
clap
in
clap.
8th grade. I was on my way to high school. I would not have been watching anything like this.
What?
Did you watch
How
the
old
Muppet
are
Show?
you?
No, we didn't. We didn't grow up with the Muppets. They had the the one they played in the evening, like the variety show Muppets, and it was so boring to me as a kid. It was just a bunch of it was like the
Evening
Carol
Muppet
Burnett show.
Show?
It was like celebrities singing and talking and stuff. And every now and then they had Miss Piggy and Kermit making commentary, and they had the old man up in the balcony. But none of that was interesting
Oh,
to me as a
the
kid. But we didn't have Sesame
Arnold.
Street or anything like that. We only caught 3 channels.
You know, sometimes I have memories of really old shows, like maybe I was like 3 or 4. My recall is really good. I don't know why about that kind of dumb stuff. But I remember, I could swear I can remember Cher singing with a Muppet. And then I also remember her in a skit with Andy Kaufman. She pretended to be a snake.
Wow. Wow.
He wanted to stay with her in the jungle, and she's like, "You can't stay with me. I'm a snake." And I must have been like 3 or 4, but I remember it.
Oh, that's
Looking
right.
it up.
Do you have siblings?
Yeah.
Are you the oldest?
No, I'm the youngest.
Wow. Okay. That throws my theory right out the water.
She did do something with Andy Kaufman. Wait,
Yeah.
it looks like it might have a snake. And they had
Yeah,
the
Cher's
Sonny and
dressed like
Cher
a
show, and the Muppets were on her show.
Yes, they
So
would
you
guest
probably
on
are
her
remembering.
show.
Yeah, it's a jungle. There's some parrots. Andy Kaufman's bouncing a basketball. He has like a grass skirt on,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
she's
that's it.
dressed like a snake, and
Wow.
she's in a
She's
tree.
dressed like a snake.
She has a snakeskin cat suit and some boots and a little mask with like a
Naturally, it's
snakeskin mask.
fashionable.
Yes, you do remember this. It's a real
Yeah,
thing.
I was like, it was like
She
3 or 4.
looks badass here, actually.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean,
Shit.
there
Drop
were
the
like
link.
clothes designers just dying to design her clothes
I think it's one
at
of
the
her
time, I
best
guess.
looks. Here's the share link. I'll put it in the back.
Yeah, it
You
was
want
with
to
Andy
know what the show
Kaufman.
was? Oh, boo.
Probably because of copyright, I'll get in
Oh
trouble.
my gosh. Share. You could do a screen.
For Shift,
Yeah.
we were gonna do a show where we watch weird YouTube stuff. When are we doing that? I was thinking about that the
Yeah.
other day.
Okay, yeah. I have some like real life stuff going on. I haven't been really streaming that much, but yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I
Oh,
really
and let
want.
me put your channel too. Shift does really cool panels herself.
Sure. Thanks.
There you go. Give her a subscribe and like and all that.
Yeah, thank you. That's kind. Well, I just wanted to come up here because the snozberries were tasting like snozberries and stuff. So
Okay.
thanks
Well,
for telling me what that was in the background.
yes, I'm glad I could orient you to my Baphomet and
Thank you.
clear that up and learn about Fraggle Rock in the process.
Sorry, statue. Nice to share the time with you, Helena.
Helena's fine. Yeah.
No, I don't want it to be fine. I want it to be perfect. Tell me,
Helena.
Helena.
Helena,
Uh-huh.
like boxing Helena.
Okay, I like your voice. I want you to read books to me and stuff.
I'd love to.
She studied for that voice. She worked hard on that voice.
It's a
She went to
beautiful
Yeah, I
voice.
did. Oh, thank you.
Put her link in the everywhere. Okay, I gotta go. Thank
Well,
you.
have a
Bye,
good night.
everybody.
Bye, Shift. Good seeing you We'll do it again. So,
Yeah. Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, did I actually experience that? Like the share thing with the snake and Andy
oh, I
Kaufman.
know the feeling. That happens to me all the time. Especially
And
the
then
older you get, you start wondering more
well,
and more
yeah,
about your memories.
yeah. And no, it was like a real thing. I didn't imagine it. And I don't know, it's funny. Your long-term memory stays, but your short-term memory isn't quite as ace, you know? It's not quite as good as your long-term memory.
Oh,
It's like
so
you run
that's
out
the
of
one you
room.
should be more worried with the short term, and the long
Yeah,
term is more reliable.
yeah. Well, for me anyway. I mean, yeah, I can remember everything I saw, when I was a kid. I can remember things that happened 10, 15, 20,
Yeah.
30 years ago. But then I get absent-minded about things happening right now. So I don't know what to make of that.
Yeah, I used to. One of the things was growing up. I know for a fact my sister had this Barbie, and you would twist her arms and her boobs would grow. And I would
What?
try to explain this to people, and nobody believed me. I could not find anybody anywhere that remembered this booby grow Barbie. And I
Hmm.
had a friend one day that had the Barbie encyclopedia, and I looked it up, and there was a Barbie that did that. I forgot what she was called. So it was a real thing. And for a long time, I went around thinking I was the only one that remembered this and wondering if I had misremembered. Like, I would not make up a Barbie doll like this. And it
Right.
actually turned out to be a real thing.
Well, you know what? There was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon called Catch the Pigeon, and I kept mentioning it to people, and they would just look at me like, "You're crazy. That wasn't a thing." It was though. It was. I I
What is it
did a
called?
deep
Catch the
dive.
kitten?
Catch the Pigeon.
The pigeon.
Yeah, it was set during, I think, World War I, and that's the song they would sing.
Oh, it had
Catch the
Muttley in
pigeon.
it.
Yeah, it had Muttley in it. Yeah, and they would use a passenger pigeon, and they would always try to catch the pigeon, and everybody's like, "I don't know what that is. You made that up.
Oh, yeah,
You
they
made
have
that
the
up."
pigeon too. He looks like somebody from the Rescuers.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure enough.
Uh-huh.
Wow, this gives me even more confidence in my memories now.
Well, there you go.
Because probably every weird thing you remember did happen.
Oh yeah. I mean, all those Croft puppet shows,
Oh, yeah.
God,
I
they
remember the
were
Crofts.
weird. They were weird, but everybody was telling me the guys who made those shows were probably constantly high. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they were, but some of them were just absolutely bizarre. But maybe they were. I don't know. But yeah, those are strange. And I just remember the one with the kid and the talking flute and Witchy Poo. Uh, I can't remember what it's called now.
It was a cartoon.
No, actually, it was live action, and there were some people in costumes. Yeah, I can't remember the name, but I remember the show. Uh, and banana splits. The banana splits. One banana, two banana, three banana, four. Do you remember that?
Mm-mm. What was that
Oh,
from?
I don't know. It was a TV show for
And
kids.
that was just when we had a few channels. Imagine it what the kids are getting today with from the internet. No telling what they're going to remember.
Yeah, yeah, good point.
No,
But
all
yeah,
we
there was.
had was Captain Kangaroo. That was the only children's show we could catch because I think it came on CBS or one of the main networks. Because we didn't have
Uh,
PBS as a kid.
oh, you didn't have PBS?
Nope, I didn't discover that till I was a teenager. And so
Oh,
like Captain Kangaroo was all we had. That was my idea of children's shows. And I remember Bill Cosby and the picture pages, because I kept begging my mom to send off so I could get the picture pages to follow along with the show.
I do remember that.
And Slim
Mr.
Goodbody.
Yeah, Mr. Rogers though, he had those little puppets and he had the purple pandas from the planet Purple. Do you remember
The
that?
Purple Pandas? I don't remember those.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, put in
I
Mr.
remember the
Rogers.
puppets. They were horrifying. Mr. Rogers, Purple Pandas, especially that Lady Elaine and that little cat. Ugh.
Well, I didn't mind the cat, but Lady Elaine, she seemed
Meow
like
meow,
a
Mr. Rogers, meow meow. How you doing today? Meow meow. I'm good, meow meow. Oh, I hated her. I hate her right now. Just even remembering her, I hate her.
oh, I
Puppets are
thought
not
Lady
supposed to make
Elaine.
kids hate things. Oh my God, the purple panda. I didn't know about him. He
Yeah,
looks cool,
well,
actually. He
there
looks
were a
like
few of them.
something that would be part of the McDonald's. T-
The purple pandas were like aliens, and they would talk like robots, and they'd go, "We are the purple pandas from the planet Purple." That's how they talked. Yeah.
wow. No, I didn't know about them. I'll have to go back and catch up. Yeah, was it Busty Brenda? Is that who it was? Skipper? Yeah,
I
you
don't know
would
who
twist her arm and her chest would grow and
Oh,
her boobs would come out. And that was for kids to play with. I don't know what we're supposed to take from that.
I don't know. I didn't have one. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't have Barbie. I like stuffed animals and
Me
Play-Doh and
too. That was my thing. And
yeah,
dinosaurs.
dinosaurs. Yes. Yeah.
But my stepsister had the Bionic Woman doll, and she was cool because she had all these little gadgets, tools, and stuff, and she was fun to play with.
Yeah.
That was the best.
Yeah. You made me think of the $6 million man. And every
Yeah.
once in a while, he would meet Bigfoot in the woods, and that was strange. That was very strange. I'm pretty sure
Do,
that's on YouTube.
do you remember what made the ping pong balls fall? Like Mr. Moose would trick him every time. He would try to get the captain to say something or do so, and it would make the ping pong balls fall from the ceiling. But I don't remember what the thing was that he would trick the captain into to make the balls fall.
Well, as far as I could, as far as I remember, he was completely obsessed with the ping pong balls and any excuse to release the ping pong balls. They did it. That's all I remember. But yeah.
Oh, it was. I'm looking it up now. It was a knock knock joke. Mr. Moose's ultimate goal was always to maneuver Captain Kangaroo into participating in a riddle or a knock knock, and the punchline would inevitably be followed by hundreds of ping pong balls. And the captain would fall for it every time.
Every single time.
Yep, that's what it was. He would try to tell him a joke or a riddle.
Yeah, and this baby invasion thing you were talking about, I'm gonna have to look up the trailer.
Yeah, me too. I'm thinking about watching it in Discord because they have that what is it called? Aggro drift that he did before it. Apparently, he started his own movie company
Oh,
and he made Aggro Drift and Baby Invasion, and they both look very interesting and fucked up.
ooh. I do like I think some of the better movies, I don't think they make a lot of good movies right now, but the better movies seem to be art house horror movies.
Oh,
And I don't know. Did you ever see Midsummer?
what's it
Midsummer?
called?
Midso.
Oh,
Let me see.
Midsummer. No, I've heard about it. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it seemed to. I'm not a horror fan. They're too scary for me.
Oh, I see.
They're either
Okay.
really stupid or really scary.
Well, I don't mind being scared, but that and Hereditary. I don't know. It just seems like the better movies are horror movies
Like that's
these
the
days. But
genre right now that's
I don't know. I
putting
guess,
out the
but it.
best movies. This Aggro Drift looks really cool. It's all filmed in infrared.
Huh.
Let me look up baby invasion. Yeah, horror movies just they keep pushing that envelope every time and getting more and more like how could we be even more and more creepy?
Yeah, I have lines I don't like to cross. For example, I don't like to see people tortured. Um,
Like Saw and those kind.
yeah, I
I
don't
can't
like that.
watch those.
Yeah. Um, but I do like things that are strange. So, I'm all for that. It's okay if there's a monster chasing you or a killer chasing you. I could deal with that. I just don't like to see somebody trapped and tortured. I just don't like to see that. And I watch a lot of horror movies too. So, yeah, I have lines I don't like to cross. So,
This baby invasion looks creepy because it looks homemade. Like the filming is looks like somebody with just a camcorder making a home movie.
God, they might have used their phone. Some people do that now.
Yeah, it's two things. We're saturated with movies now because there's more people making them, and um, I forgot the second one. Oh well, it'll come back. There was a second thing about. Oh, and the style has changed. Like the kind of movies we grew up with. There's new styles of filmmaking now that are different than what I'm used to.
Like
I
what?
like a good classic Steven Spielberg style. Just tell me a good story with film.
Okay.
But then I
Yeah.
also like David Lynch and weird
David Lynch.
surrealist filmmaking too.
Ah, yes, David Lynch. May he rest in peace.
Yeah, he's, we've
Yeah,
got all
so,
we're gonna get from him.
yeah. And I don't know. So, yeah, I'm not really usually excited for it. Now, the only thing decent, though I am a Dune girl, Dune, Dune girl. I read all the books, and the movies are pretty decent. Um,
I tried
and I,
watching the new ones, but I didn't. I wasn't able. They didn't hook me.
did you like the old one?
The one with the one David Lynch did.
Yeah,
I didn't watch. I watched a little bit of it as a kid, but I found it too creepy, and I didn't understand any of it.
yeah. I was probably when I first saw it, I was probably too young to watch it. Um, God knows I was unsupervised, but I still, even though I didn't understand everything, I still liked it. And I think David Lynch, his style, it imprinted on me at a very early age, and so I went for the book, read the book. Too young to understand it, but I still liked it. And then later I read it again, and it's like, okay, now I understand this. I like it. Read the movie, watch the movie again. I like it. Yeah. And after that, I don't know.
So it was the movie that got you into the book.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And I was probably, I don't know how old I was. I don't know, I was a kid. I was like maybe 12 or something. Yeah. I had weird
Yeah,
taste.
we must be the same age because that's about how old I was when it came out.
Um, Maybe 3 years or 4 years off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little
Generation
younger.
X.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, my TV watching wasn't supervised that much.
Oh
Who,
yeah,
who am I kidding? I'm being subtle.
ours wasn't
It
either.
wasn't it wasn't monitored at all. Yeah.
Ours either. Anything. If we were out of our parents' hair, they were happy. They didn't care what we were watching. Whatever was keeping us entertained and not bothering them.
Oh yeah, sure. Exactly.
Except when I went to my dad, my stepmother was she monitored that kind of stuff, and I remember I begged her to watch History of the World Part Two
Mm,
because it was supposed to be a comedy, and she let me watch it. I was in the living room by myself watching it, and she happened to walk in on the parts where they had like this line of girls dancing and you could see their butts.
uh-huh.
And she flipped out and she made me turn it off. What are you watching? What is this movie? And it That's the only time I've seen someone freak out about a movie that way and
Do you
make
mean
me turn it off. The
you
Mel
mean the
Brooks
Mel
movie.
Brooks one?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, okay. History of the World part.
I think it
It's
was
part
part
two. I thought it
two
was
or three,
part
one
one.
of them. And
Okay.
I wasn't really that into it though when it happened, so it didn't like traumatize me too much. But I just thought it was such a weird reaction to have. And then I remember they did not. My grandmother did not want us to watch the day after, and we were at her house
Oh,
when it
well,
aired, and she's like, "Do not put that on for the kids. I don't want them seeing it." And so of course we tried to watch it anyway. And she came
well,
out of her room, and she could tell we were watching it, and she made us turn it off. And so I never did get to
yeah.
see that movie.
Well, it was a TV series,
Yeah.
and I saw some of it. I know I saw some of it. Yeah, a lot of my friends did. Yeah, and we walked around. We walked around with the apocalypse on our shoulders.
Yeah, I remember that.
You walk around, it's like,
Which
ah.
I never like something like that. What? There's nothing you could do. There's nothing to prepare for, worry about. You knew it was a danger, and it was either going to happen or not happen. And so I
Well,
didn't
yeah.
let it really affect my day-to-day life. I kind of just put it in the
No, you're
back of my
right. Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, if it happened, nothing, yeah, there's nothing you can
But
do
it
about
showed
it.
up in the movies. It showed up in the they had 99 red balloons, and there'd be
Ugh.
songs about it. And but
Yeah.
it was like a threat, but it's not it was a threat you were powerless over. So all it did was hang in the air.
Yeah.
Jeremy, you think the quality has fallen too? But the flip side to that is that TV shows have become really good. Like the long form TV series. There's been a lot of quality work done with that, I think. TV has taken on a cinematic uh,
Oh,
quality.
well, yeah, I think that started happening. I don't know. Actually, David Lynch is partly
Yeah,
responsible for that.
yeah. I was about to say Twin Peaks, and then you
Yeah.
saw stuff with like the cable channels, like HBO and Showtime, started upping the quality of their series, like 6 Feet Under,
Uh-huh.
Sopranos,
Right.
that kind of
Now,
stuff. And so cable television started getting a reputation for True
oh yeah.
Detective, for having
Yeah.
really high quality movie level TV shows.
Yeah, before that, you could tell you were watching a TV movie because it just looked like a TV movie. But at a certain point, that stopped. And it was just like really, like it looked like great and it looked cinematic. And um, I don't know. Hey, True Detective. Okay, so do you think Rusty and Cole, do you think they're anti-heroes or heroes?
I think they're definitely heroes because they're the ones that slay the dragon, defeat the
Yeah,
monster at the end. But they're very flawed heroes. Some would call them hero villains, is the literary term. Which Satan,
yeah.
a lot of Shakespeare's characters, and then the character of Satan in Paradise Lost, is a classic example of the hero villain.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they're not. I wouldn't even call them villains. They're just very flawed heroes.
Yeah, I would just say that they're fucked up.
They're not.
And
They're not bad people. I think they have good heart. They're not out there trying to do evil, but they have issues, and
yeah,
they do fucked up things sometimes.
yeah. Yeah, that's what I think too.
Especially Rust.
Um,
He's just a tormented soul.
boy, he sure is. You know what? I could have watched those two if they would have kept. I know the series is like an anthology, but I could have watched those two fight for like
Oh yeah, the whole
seasons.
movie is their relationship. That's what I tell people.
Yeah, I
Don't
know.
go in thinking it's a mystery. It's really a story about these two detectives and their relationship
Yeah,
with each other. And it's an
it,
epic. It covers it touches every aspect of life you can imagine. It takes you all over the world. It's not just a straightforward linear story. It
no.
has cosmic reverberations.
Wow, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, so I could watch those two characters in anything. I'd watch them go on a road trip to buy a couch or whatever, and it would be great. But it's an anthology, so the other ones, I don't know. So I did watch, I think I watched up until season 3, I
The
think.
one with Mahershala Ali.
Yeah, yeah, that was the last one I saw.
Yeah, and they did the one with Jodie Foster, but Nick
I
Pizzolatto
didn't
wasn't involved, and it's awful, awful, awful.
I keep hearing that. I didn't see it.
It's it's not bad. Like the atmosphere is not bad, but the ending completely ruins the show and makes you feel like you wasted your entire time investing in it. And it gets a little woke too. It's all about girl power
Yeah,
and women and
well,
how victimized and oppressed they are and fighting back against the evil men.
mm-hmm. Now the thing I hated about, and this is nothing against the actors that were in it, season 2, when I heard it was like set in LA, I was like immediately disappointed because part of the part of what was attractive of season 1 was the area they were in, which I think was in Louisiana.
Oh yeah, that's where I come from. Is that part of
Yeah, I
Louisiana?
know you come from there, and that particular area they were in, it was like all like, mysterious and creepy. And when they said the second season would be in LA, I was just like, oh, bummer. Because the setting in the first season helped just like top off, the whole feeling of the show.
Yeah, the setting itself was like one of the characters.
Exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, LA.
I
The
I
third one,
liked the second season, but it's a very different type of story. I to me, Vince Vaughn is that's his show, his whole storyline. That's the whole reason for watching the second season. It's
yeah, he
not
was
even the
good in it.
detectives themselves, although Colin Farrell and Rachel McAdams do a great job.
Boy, yeah, the Colin character,
He's
Jesus
something else. He's,
Christ. I'm
I'm
not
not
even going to go
surprised
into it.
he's playing the Penguin now.
Well, yeah, you're surprised?
No, I'm not surprised
Oh,
after
you're not surprised.
seeing him
Okay.
in True Detective.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of funny. Okay, so he has prosthetics all over his face. And he's it is yeah, I don't know. It is kind of funny. I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't
But
either. I probably won't.
yeah,
People
he's
keep
probably
telling me to
good.
watch it though.
But somebody told me it's like Sopranos and Gotham. So I don't know. I don't know. So
I
maybe I'll
haven't
watch it
seen
or I
either.
won't.
Is Gotham a series?
No, I just meant that's my reference to Batman.
Oh,
So it's like if you took Sopranos and you put them in Gotham. You know what I mean?
yeah. They said it's like organized crime movie or a gangster movie,
Yeah.
which True De- season 2 of True Detective was also kind of a mob movie, and I like that
Mm-hmm.
one.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never seen Godfather or Goodfellas or any
I
of
never
those
saw
shows.
I never saw the Godfather movies.
Oh, you eat? Okay, I think we're the only two.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's because I don't know. There was a time where it was like, oh my God, do you have to make every single Italian a mafia participant? Every single one. But that was like way before, and I did watch The Sopranos, and Tony Soprano was an interesting character. Um, but yeah, I never got around to watching Godfather, and people they just slobber all over it. It's like, and they talk about Fredo, and I think I know who that is, but they're like Fredo man, yeah, Fredo man, and I'm like, uh-huh, uh-huh, and it's like I don't know, but I went through a period where it's like, do do, do all Italian Americans have to be mafia? But I'm over that. I'm over that. So, you know.
Mafia or disco, I guess. And even in Saturday Night Fever, they brought in elements of like the family.
Oh yeah. Saturday
He
Night
he
Fever.
is
Yeah.
badass, but well, if you he's violent, he's a violent drunk. If you call that badass, but again, he's a flawed hero because his violent drunkenness is one of the things that allows him to defeat the evil. You needed somebody
Are you
that
talking about Tony,
violent.
or are you talking about who are you talking about now?
Colin Farrell in season two.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. Yeah.
Jeremy's saying he how badass he was, but he's
Yeah.
nobody I would want to be around in real life at all.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't. Yeah. He's too intense. He's too.
Yeah, he's very
I'd be a little
yes, he's
scared.
violent and intense.
Yeah.
Violence is his go-to solution for everything. Just
Yeah.
beat the
Too
shit out of it.
intense. It's like,
If you have a
where do you want to go
problem,
for
beat it.
lunch? Yeah. It's like, where do you want to go for lunch? I want Mexican food. And then he'd be like, I want pizza. It's like, no, I don't need this. I just asked you what you wanted for lunch. But yeah, yeah, those kind of people, it's like, oh, you make me nervous. You make me nervous. But yeah, interesting to watch, definitely. I
Yeah,
don't
we
know.
we had started season 3 in the Discord the other day, me and Bex. We'll probably end up watching all of them at some point, except for the fourth one. Ugh.
I never did Discord. What's that like? Like,
Did
is it
did
like
you do
this? But
AOL back in the day?
no.
Oh, it's a chat interface. It's like a there's different channels you can chat in, and then you can watch movies. You can share media. It's a way to interact between streams and keep the conversations going and the community going. And we watch a lot of
Hmm.
TV in there. You can also game. People use it for gaming. Some people you can stream from Discord, so they'll have their guest show up in Discord instead of StreamYard, and then bring them onto the panel from Discord.
Hmm.
So it's kind of multi-purpose.
Does everybody see each other, or can you use an
You can.
avatar?
There's certain rooms you can do voice and video chat, so you can go in and have this kind of chat in Discord. But most of it's just text based. People posting articles and commenting on it and having it's like the chat. So it's
Right.
more like the chat, but there are options to do more video panel type interactions as well. But those get
Yeah.
used less than the chat.
Yeah, the people, some people from the Mystery Science Theater 3000, they want me to do the Discord, and I'm like, I don't know.
If you
I f-
do it, you're gonna get 100,000 notifications because they notify you for
ugh,
every little thing. And so, if you do it, you're gonna. And the best advice is to turn off your notifications because that's gonna overwhelm you and turn you off of the experience more than anything else. And then gradually turn them back on as you learn which notifications you actually want.
I think I might skip it.
Or just skip it. It's like,
Yeah, I think I might skip the whole thing. We'll see. Um, yeah, I don't know. So, let me tell you. So the region of the country I come from, they have this chain of a burger chain, and it's called Five Guys. Do you know what that is?
oh, I've heard of them. People talk about their fries.
Oh yeah, they're awesome. So you can get the regular fries, or you can get the Cajun fries.
Oh, which we
And the
did not invent
way,
fries, by the way. But
what's that?
I said we did not invent fries, by the way.
Oh no, no, it just means they pour the seasoning.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're I don't think they're trying
But
to
good for them
like.
that they have Cajun fries. I'm looking them up now.
And well, you know what the great thing about them is? They put the fries in like a big plastic cup, paper cup, and then they also take a big scoop of fries and they dump it in the bag. So like you have fries for 2 days. It's awesome.
Oh, wow. They
Yeah. And yes, their burgers are very good.
Oh,
Yeah.
apparently they have it in Canada too.
Really? Oh.
Oh, I did see Casino. Casino was really good. I enjoyed that one. I could.
Yeah, I
There
saw
were
that.
some scenes that got a little violent for me, but if you take those out, as far as um, cinema as a form of storytelling, Casino was almost perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, I did see that movie a few times. Yeah, it was good. Um, yeah, really. I did see Goodfellas. I did see that. And there was this movie called My Blue Heaven with Steve Martin.
I think I saw it. Let me
Yeah, it
look it
was a
up.
comedy, obviously. And it was like they took the same character and they made a comedy out of it. Like an ex-mafia guy um being put in, witness protection program. So he's like a fish out of water. They bring him to California, and it's not his kind of
Oh, and then he
place,
has to
but
try to blend in.
yeah, he has to try to blend in, which he doesn't do very well. And yeah, he makes everything bend to his ways, and his FBI handler is Rick Moranis.
Oh, from Little Shop of Horrors
Yeah,
and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
uh-huh. But yeah, so it's like they took that character from Goodfellas and they made a comedy. Yeah, it's kind of funny. It is, yeah, it was enjoyable. But
It's
mm,
for me. It's the violence because like you said, you don't like movies where they torture people, and that's how I
I
feel about
no,
these mob movies. Because when you piss the mob off, they don't just kill you; they torture you.
oh
They
yeah,
teach you a
I would
lesson.
look. Let's put it this way: when there was a time I worked at a newspaper and I was general assignment, but I also did A&E, arts and entertainment, and that movie came out called The Human Centipede.
Oh my God!
And to me, I was like, please don't. Yeah, I was afraid my editor would send me to see that.
I'd be
And it's
scared
like,
of
I don't
that
want to see
too.
that. I don't want to see that. And he didn't. Okay. I was telling my brother and his wife about that movie, and I was telling him all about my like, oh, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I watched the trailer, and you know what? I didn't eat for 24 hours after I
From just
watched
the
the trailer.
trailer.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what they did? They watched the movie. And I'm like, why did you watch it? It's it's terrible. It's terrible.
I
And I watch horror movies all the time, man. But that movie has a special type of depravity that uh, any other horror movie I've seen doesn't have. It's too disgusting, really. And they made three of them. Three.
oh my
But
God!
if anybody here wants to lose weight, anybody who's listening, watch the trailer and you won't eat for 24 hours.
I was
It's
hungry a
horrible.
while ago. I don't think I am
Oh,
anymore.
well,
Just
just don't watch the trailer, Jeff. Don't watch the trailer. It's awful.
yeah, no. I just reading the description when it came out. Just reading the description was enough. Like the whole concept, just the concept.
Yeah.
I don't need any
Yeah,
more
no,
than that.
yeah. Yeah, I wonder who wrote that, but it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But no, I can take a lot of violence. I've seen many films of violence. If you're fighting off a monster, fine. If you're running from a monster or a killer, fine. But I don't like seeing people um kidnapped and subdued and then having people mess with you, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah, that's too much. That's too much for me.
There was this Dean Koontz movie that was made for TV called Intensity. I think it was a two-part miniseries. And it's about this girl that gets snatched by a killer. and
Yeah.
she has to, like, the whole movie is her trying to escape. It is one of the it's not a lot of gore. It's a lot of psychological intensity. It is one of the scariest movies I have ever seen, just from the tension of her
Oh,
being in that situation, and you don't know what he's going to do next to her. It is so scary. It's not a great movie. Like, the acting is mediocre, the writing, everything about it, but the way they present the story and the tension that they build up for, it's like about 4 or 5 hours.
oh,
Oh my God, my blood. I don't think my blood pressure has ever been higher watching a movie. I don't even know
really?
how. I was flipping channels one day and I got sucked into it. It's not a movie I would even normally watch. And I was
Does
on
she
the edge of my
escape?
couch the entire time.
Does she get out?
I don't
Spoilers,
remember.
everyone.
Oh
You don't
yeah, I think
remember?
everything turns out. It's John McGinley, McKinley. That actor, he plays the killer. He's super creepy. He does
Oh,
such a good job.
uh-huh.
He's very scary. And he's just an ordinary guy. Like, it's not a monster one at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I never saw that.
I wouldn't
Um,
recommend it. Or you'd like it because you like horror. If you like horror,
I
it
do,
definitely
but
has that horror to it that it keep you scared.
yeah. Yeah, it depends. It depends. When you have anxiety, sometimes watching a horror movie helps. It takes the anxiety, you forget about the anxiety inside of you, and you focus on whatever's going on in the horror movie, and it's projected outward,
Yeah,
outside of you. So sometimes it helps, you know.
like like experiencing other people's anxiety for a change
Yeah,
gives you a
something like
break.
that. Yeah. Um, and my dad, he liked horror, so I don't know. Maybe that's an influence, but um,
I don't like movies that stay with me and keep me awake at night, and that's what horror movies do. Like, some of the images and the scenes just play around in my brain, and I can't shake them, and that's what I don't like about it. I can sit through a movie itself if I could just forget about it when it's over, but it's the ones that stay with you, and I never know which ones are going
yeah.
to do that.
Well, I was also very young, and I watched the original Nightmare on Elm Street. That movie kind of did that to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I did. I stay with all those. Friday the 13th. I spit on your grave. All of it. My sister and her little
Oh,
friends would rent them for slumber parties, and they would play them in the living room, and I would hear them. And I would hear the people scream. I would hear them get chopped up with axes. I would hear them get stabbed, and even that was scary. It would stay with me. And so, because of that, I knew better than to try to even like look at them or watch them.
well, yeah. I don't know. The Friday the 13th movies, they're kind of dumb to me, but um, actually, the original Hellraiser, it's
Was that the
kind
one
of
with
good.
Pinhead?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's kind of good. And being that the special effects, what they weren't as realistic. That actually helped because it just made all the weird scenes. They didn't look real, and that actually kind of helped.
oh yeah.
Yeah. So and then they made a remake, and that was totally awful. It was completely, utterly, despicably awful. Totally awful. I don't know who wrote that shit, but
Oh,
yeah, yeah, it was worse than the original. It's like, what kind of person thinks up this kind of torture for people? And the original Hellraiser's pretty bad. It's pretty bad, but it didn't look real, so it that helped. And but the remake, which is shitty, um, it's like, who thought of, like they capture people, they bring them into their dimension, and they torture them, and it's like the way they did it. It was like, oh my god, this is disgusting. It's disgusting. It's who thought this shit? I'm not even going to talk about. I'm not going to describe. I'm not going to describe the torture. I'm not going to. No. Um. But it's like I don't know who thought this, but yeah, that's really bad. Whereas the other one, it was more mythological and fantastical, and it didn't look real, and yeah, it was a different thing, and it was it was bad in its own right. The hooks and everything. Yeah,
Oh
but I
yeah,
mean,
I think I know some of it,
yeah.
some of the torture.
And I read the short story by Clive Barker. It's pretty good, but you know, it was totally different. It was a little different, but yeah, but yeah, even talking about all this, I'll go to sleep. Okay, this is not going to keep me up.
Well, is
No,
there a
no,
movie like a feel-good movie we could talk about before you sleep that might be an antidote to this?
a feel good movie. Hmm.
Like, what's your favorite, either comedy or
Oh man.
family slash feel-good movie? Like a movie that uplifts you.
Well, you know what? I know there are a bunch, but I'm blanking right now. But it's it's not a great movie, but it's called The Last Holiday, and Queen Latifah is in it.
Oh, I think I saw. What's it about? I think I might have seen it.
She gets misdiagnosed with a terminal illness, and she doesn't really have it, but she thinks she has it. So she's a very sensible person, and she saved a lot of money, over time, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna die. Well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to some place that I always wanted to go to." And she goes to this hotel. It's probably somewhere in the Czech Republic, I think. And she just enjoys herself. She buys clothes. She enjoys food. She wants to be a chef herself. And it was fun watching her just enjoying herself. And she had this attitude, and everybody responded to it because she was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, do whatever you want. Everything's cool." And everybody liked her for it. And then at the end, she realizes she's not dying. But it's a silly movie.
I think I
But
did see it.
yeah, yeah, I enjoyed her watch. Yeah, she was trying on clothes and stuff, and that was fun, and these beautiful dresses and everything. But she decided to indulge because she was thinking, I'm gonna die, but she didn't die. So, I can't think of what else. Uh, huh, uplifting. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. I could probably have a list, but for some reason I'm blanking out right now.
Well, even that helps though. Just,
Yeah,
I think that did the trick.
yeah. Uh, so I don't know. Yeah, I used to have a statue. It wasn't black. I had a statue that was like of Diana of the Hunt. You know
Oh,
her?
uh-huh. The
Yeah, it was like
goddess.
white and it was marble,
Oh, neat.
and yeah, but it broke,
Oh,
which sucked. Yeah, she had like hounds around her and everything.
oh,
Um,
cool.
yeah, it was cool. And I don't know. That was during one of my that was during my phase, my new age phase.
Oh, you had a new age phase too? Cool.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know. So I don't know. I'm gonna say good night. It was nice talking to you.
Yeah, you too, as always. I'm glad you
Yeah.
came up.
But I'm gonna sign off. So
Okay, well, I hope that your night is pleasant and your dreams are not too creepy or scary after all this.
me too.
Yeah.
Okay, same to you.
Okay,
All
and
right. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, maybe we'll see you tomorrow or this weekend. And go Chiefs.
Yeah, whatever. I don't watch football, but yeah.
Okay.
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 All right. Bye, Jack.
Good night. Good night. All right. Well, I'm glad I decided to stream tonight. This was fun. I enjoyed every minute of it. Hey, Brooke, how you doing? What's up? Go Eagles! What? Well, you know what? I'm doing an all-day Super Bowl stream on Sunday, so you can stop by and fight about it if you're not having some kind of Super Bowl party of your own. I totally forgot it was Super Bowl this weekend, so it gives me an excuse to do a stream. Oh, good. Well, good. I'm glad that you're good. Things are pretty okay here too. We still need to do our trip to the mall, by the way. So I start work next week. Oh, you're volunteering on Sunday. Well, that'll be fun with the cats. That'll be good. Cool. Very good. Well, it's good to see you. Um, I took a little part-time retail job where I live, but I'm gonna have like a different schedule like an unpredictable schedule. So once I start working and get in my routine and know have a better idea of what to expect from my schedules, we should pick a time to try to go stream at the mall. But I was talking to someone the other day about the Everett Mall, and I think they told me that it was a ghost town, but that they're rebuilding something or putting something in there that they hope is gonna revive it. But it sounds like the malls are a ghost town here, which that'll be fun. Walking around an abandoned mall, seeing what's still left of it. I know in Seattle for a while it was the food court. Like people were still going to the food court, but all the rest of the malls were not very active. So even if we go walk around and get something from the food court, it'll be a fun day. We can stream it. Okay. I know you take them for granted until they take them away. You know what I have not had in forever is that mall pizza. It was like Sabaros or the pizza from the food court. I don't even remember how it tastes anymore. It's been so long. Maybe we could find one of those.
Hey,
Hello. Hey. What's up?
I miss food courts.
I know. Me too.
You know what they need to do with abandoned malls? Make them into like Generation X, like retirement homes.
Yes, or even like an activity center or something like that. That was our world. So why not make it
Eh,
for? Yeah, you're right. It could be our senior centers. Like even at our malls, they had the old people that would do the mall walking.
yeah. Um, I have a job interview at Harborview.
Oh, for Pier?
Yeah, for a peer, it's a halftime,
Good.
or part
I
time.
hear that they need good peers.
I hope I get it.
Me too.
There's a,
I
from
like
my
any
understanding,
place that hires you is going to be lucky to have you.
um, I'm hoping it's not like my last employer.
Was that the one we had? Oh yeah, that's hopefully not. I guess it depends on who's
I
supervising there.
I know who the main supervisor is, so I'm not worried about it.
Are they a peer?
No, they were a supervisor at Seattle Counseling,
Oh, okay.
so I mean, not my direct supervisor there, but like one. So, and there's 3 people, counting myself, interviewing for the job. So I feel like I have a
They're
good
only
chance.
hiring one person.
And there's 6 people on the team. 3 full-timers, which is the manager who's also the family specialist. Um and then there's the case manager and the therapist, which are all the full-timers. And then the part-timers will be the peer, the nurse, and the psychiatrist.
So they're only gonna have one peer, and it's just
It,
part time.
yeah, it's a small. The team I'll be working on is a small team.
Is it inpatient or outpatient?
Outpatient, and I there will be only like 30 clients.
So is that separate from their current outpatient program? Because I know that they use peers currently
Um,
for outpatient.
I'm not 100% sure. It's part of their outpatient. It's just a program of their outpatient, and you
So like
have
a separate, like it's its own program.
it's its own program, but part of the outpatient.
Okay.
Um, but it's actually in the hospital, from my understanding.
Okay.
No, I mean the program's located in the hospital.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping I get the job, and it would be 20 hours, 3 days a week, 2 6s and an 8-hour shift.
That's
So
pretty good.
I'm not gonna complain.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. I hope you get it too.
I'm trying not to count my. I'm trying not to count the chickens before they hatch, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. That's sometimes it's hard to do though. But yeah, that's a good practice. Did you say that the interview's coming up?
Yeah, the 25th.
Bellevue Square is the top mall. I went there once when I first moved here.
So
I found it
Bellevue's
very upscale,
um
and I think I got
so
lost in it.
I moved to Bellevue when I was 16 and went to Bellevue Square a lot. It's changed, and they added little annexes to
Is
it
it
since.
abandoned? Is it a ghost town?
No, probably
Because
not.
Bellevue seems like a mall town. Like it seems like those people are not going to stop shopping at a mall.
I mean, I do know Totem Lake Mall is abandoned pretty much, but Bell Square is definitely not abandoned because it's downtown and it's got little annexes and different. So
We went. They did. I went to that Christmas thing they do every year. This where they pour the fake snow out of the
yeah,
sky,
yeah,
and they have the
that
polar bears walking around. That's what drew me. That's how I ended up there. We went to that Christmas thing.
okay. How may I ask where you're going to be working at, or do you not want to share?
Oh, I'm not about to share it publicly on YouTube. No
Okay.
way. I could tell you privately, but there's
Okay.
no way I want any of these people finding out where I work.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Skate malls. That's another great idea. Turn them into turn them into skate malls.
You know what? Can I tell you something? It doesn't have a ice skating rink anymore, but the Brea Mall, when I was a little kid, used to have an ice skating rink in it.
Where's the Brea Mall?
In Brea, California.
Oh, in California. Yeah, they had one in Austin, Texas that had an ice skating, and I think the Galleria in Houston has one. But I was always scared to go on it.
You know what? I would love to go to the Mall of America.
The one in
Bec-
Minnesota.
I think that's where it's at. I want it because it's got rides and everything. So I just want to go there just for the hell of it and spend a couple days there
Yeah,
just to see how it is.
I love rides. I'll go anywhere there's rides.
Um, are you Oh, just an FYI. if you're working retail and you find that the unpredictable schedule's too much, you can easily say, hey, I thought I could handle the unpredictable schedule, but I needed an accommodation
Oh
for
my God, how much of a snowflake do you think I am? I can handle the work schedule.
okay.
If I can handle the YouTube and the Panelverse, I could definitely handle an
Okay.
uh I say unpredictable. You never know what your hours are going to be
Yeah.
each week. It changes with the week. But that
Um
is nothing for me to play the disability card over.
oh, I'm
I would be
so
embarrassed of myself if I had to tell him I can't handle your work schedule.
for for um for me, um not not being able to plan out things with friends, um I just said I need um a set schedule.
Uh,
Meaning
well, I
like
don't have
meaning
any friends, so that won't be an issue.
meaning like it doesn't have to be the same hours, but I just need set days so I could plan out things with family and
I
friends, you
told
know.
them to use me as much as you want, and I'm very flexible. I can show up whenever you need me.
Is it near where you live?
Close
Kind
enough.
of.
I mean, I'm not in a big town to begin with, so it's close enough.
Oh, you saw where the Peer Pathways is gonna be.
Yes, and I left a message on Facebook that I'm willing to help out and even do the hospitality suite and didn't hear a peep. So no communication is communication.
I will bring it up in the Peer Pathways meeting.
Oh,
Because
you're part of it?
I'm part of the planning committee. I didn't go
Well,
to the
I'm
first
like a
one,
couple of
so
towns away, and I used to do the hospitality suite almost every year whenever I could make it. And if I'm willing, but not if it's going to be a traca. Not if I mean I'm not going
yeah.
to fight to offer my services.
Yeah.
So if they don't want me there, I'm just as okay with that. I don't want to be where I'm not wanted.
Hey, do you know if Beverly's gonna be there?
I don't. I can ask her next time I see her. It what's Karenville? The It is very the conferences lately have been very well. The mental health field is largely female anyway, but these conferences are very much like probably 9 to 1 female. At least the last one I went to, I was one of the few males there.
I didn't go to the last one.
I didn't go to the last one because I think they had it in Eastern Washington. I went to
Yeah,
the
they
one
had
before, the
it in,
one you
yeah.
were at. That's the
Yeah,
last one I
yeah.
went to. The one down by the airport. I think that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It was mostly
Bever-
women.
Beverly's just awesome. She's like one of the best peers out there.
Yeah, I think so too. She's the one that trained me. But peer support's changing too. It's becoming very bureaucratic,
Professional.
technocratic, professionalized. Yes, it's becoming bougie.
Okay, what's bougie? I'm sorry. I
Middle class, upper middle class, white people, like white,
oh,
the fancy white people, and
okay.
they set the standards and the norms for everything else.
So the ableism stuff.
Um, yeah, you could look at it as ableism. I find it very narrow. It's a very narrow set of expectations and standards, and you either fit into. It's a very complex dance, and you either fit into it or you don't. And if you don't, you get put on the outside of the group, and if you do, you get let in and you get to advance further. So it's a lot of gatekeeping based on how you look, how you talk, who you know, if you say the right things, how you move, how you act, proper manners, proper etiquette. So it shifts away from lived experience and what do you bring to the peer role to how well you can come across to the right people and if you can say the right things at the right time.
I just wish fellow peer specialists would just accept.
It's the people that know how to play the game, and the people like you and I that are actually out in the field doing the work are not the same type of people that know how to politic and play the game. So the peers that know how to play the game are the ones that get the positions of power to set the direction of peer support for everybody else. And that's been an issue as long as I've been involved in the peer movement. Because peers like us don't know how to not let those people advance because they know how to interface with the Washington state bureaucracy. They know how to interface with the state and the legislature and the advocacy organizations. And so those are the people that are get their agendas advanced, and their agenda is more aligned with those people to begin with, because they all come from the same world.
Like I know plenty of peers who have MSWs, but choose to remain in peer roles because they're more like you and I and hands-on versus like clinical and political.
Well, good. I'm glad to know they're out there. Because I've seen it mostly be the opposite. Peers like you and I will get involved in organizations or get jobs, and the pressure is to become more like the clinical people and to assimilate to the clinical norms. And so I'll see peers kind of move away from the peer approach and start to adopt a more clinical approach.
And I've known plenty of peers that have done that, and I understand why some peers go that route, but most
Because
peers.
it's peer pressure. I'm just kidding. I couldn't let the pun pass.
I'm sorry. Pun intended. How's tonight on the panel verse?
Oh, it was fun. We had a lot of different people who covered a lot of topics. I learned about the Fraggles, Fraggle Rock, which I didn't grow up with. And Mr. Rogers had the purple panda alien.
You didn't
people.
know that?
No, I know the puppets from Make Believe Land, but I didn't know about the purple pandas. I've never seen them.
Oh, guess what? Today marks 5 years since I adopted Billy.
How many? What?
5 years.
What? So you got him during COVID?
No, COVID quarantine didn't officially happen until mid-March.
Right, March. Oh, so you got him just before?
Just before.
Because I remember you had him for 2020.
Yeah. Well, like just right before everyone's like, "Oh, COVID kitted." Technically, not really.
It was March 13th. Yeah, mid-March was when they put us on lockdown.
And it kind of sucks.
It was the best thing to happen to me. I can't lie. My whole world opened up. My eyes opened up about a lot of things, and my world opened up, and my peer counseling really took off because I was able to finally find the people that I couldn't find in Seattle.
Your niche.
Yeah, my niche.
And that's the thing is like I'm in a LGBTQ queer group through the mental health agency I'm a client of, and
it's in person?
No, it's virtual.
Oh.
And and it's usually the same people. And part of the reason why the clinician has it virtual is because half the people have autoimmune issues and health issues, and two of them have long COVID and have been disabled because of COVID, like because of long COVID. So, but like I really appreciate it because like I'm gonna use like days today, like today with when there was snow on the ground,
Mhm.
I wouldn't have gone, but like it being virtual, um, I'm also really grateful that my interview is virtual.
Oh yeah, that I think that's good. That's more and more of a common thing now to have virtual options or a combination like hybrid combination of both.
The job will be it sounds like the job is gonna be in person, which I'm okay with. Um, do you, when do you start your new job?
I don't know. Probably next week sometime. They
Okay.
still have to process paper, and you know it's like orientation and
All
training
that
and all that
lovely
first. So yeah,
jazz.
that kind of stuff. So the first few days will be that.
Are you looking forward to it?
Very much, yes. Yes.
And I like your flannel.
This. My
Yeah.
granny curtains.
um, do you do you have any plans for tomorrow?
I'll
Okay.
be right here at the usual time, the usual channel, probably with the usual people talking about the usual topic. I'm going to talk about catastrophizing tomorrow, actually, because I see a lot of it since Trump took office and social media, and people are seeing little nuggets here and there, and then their minds are just spinning out of control, thinking of all these nightmare scenarios that are happening around them. So I want to talk about catastrophizing.
Um, so did I tell you that my mom died 2 days before Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I remember that.
My dad died last Tuesday.
Oh, how are
Yeah,
you
like
doing?
sometimes angry at the world, sometimes sad, but mostly numb.
Was it? I know your mom was expected. Was your dad expected to?
He ended up in hospice care. I mean, he ended up in hospice care the last week of his life. So,
Did you get to see him?
uh-uh.
Oh.
He's in Spokane. Um,
So now it's just you and your brother?
um, on my mom's side, it's me and my brother, two uncles and two aunts. Oh, and a third uncle that's married to one of my aunts. And then on my dad's side, it's me, my two uncles, and my grandpa.
Oh, so your grandpa is still here.
Yeah. I told my grandpa and my brother that they can't die. They have to wait at least a year. I mean, I know realistically we don't know when anyone's gonna die, but I told them that they both have to wait at least a year.
Well, let's
I,
hope.
I was trying to use morbid humor, so when I told them.
We're at the my friend calls it the death march. When you reach a certain age, the people in your life just start dropping
Yeah.
and it just increases from there.
My grandpa is 94 and is gonna be nine.
Wow.
Yeah, and and he's supposed to turn 95 in August.
Oh my wow. That's
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're fortunate to have him.
I mean, like, considering that he was supposed to die when I was 3 years old from a heart attack.
Oh my God. So you you got it way longer.
Yeah, I mean, he ended up having a triple bypass, which is unheard of in the early 80s. So,
Gee.
so and the thing is, statistics and studies show that once a wife passes away, the husband usually passes away within the year. My grandma passed away almost Valentine's Day will mark 7 years. So
Oh, and he's still stuck around.
I think partly because of my uncles, my dad, and myself. So your friend is right with the death march, and it's snowing in my neighborhood.
Right now?
Yeah,
Not. Oh, nice.
it's like the little flurry
Did y'all
snow,
have snow? Did y'all get it earlier? Like, okay.
like it
Yeah,
stopped. Yeah.
it's covering the ground here. Remote. Wait, what? What does that mean to make it seem like they're working? They when what is a mouse jiggler? They actually have a device. Wait, what? Let's look up this mouse jiggler. Maybe you could get one. Um, mouse jiggler. No way. Somebody bothered to invent, probably from 2020 during COVID. I bet this. It's a little pad. You put your mouse on and it moves your mouse. Look, they have a phone app that does it. What?
See, like, but you know what the thing is? Can I say something? Like, a lot of remote workers actually do a better job at working and get their big projects done quicker. So it's just probably people doing that who's already done with their work but don't want to turn it in and have to have more
What
work.
kind of work are people doing that it can be fooled by a mouse? Like that actual work, a mouse jiggler's not going to do anything for. If you have to do actual work and turn in stuff, jiggling your mouse is not going to fake that. You either do the work or you don't. Or like work where you're working with people all day through the computer. A mouse is not going to affect
Do
that. When you have to show up for clients or show up for meetings or phone calls. So what kind of work is jiggling circumventing? There's jobs where they like track if your mouse is moving. This oh my see, this is probably the corporate world. This
um the place that I was working at last time, when we did our work from home day to do paperwork, they actually if we had a company laptop, they tracked you. If you didn't, they could ask, but
track
90%
you
of
how? Like what do they track?
I
If you're signed in or not?
yeah, and doing your notes and
See, I
stuff.
couldn't work for people like that. If you don't think I can do the if you like I'm there to do the job and I'm gonna deliver results. And if you don't trust me or don't think that I'm gonna do then go find another employee. But I cannot work with people breathing over my shoulder, not
Micromanaging.
trusting me.
Micromanaging.
Yeah, I can't stand that. I can't get my work done. Get out of my way and let me do my work. And if I need you for something, I'll go find you. Like who can work being watched all day long? Isn't that what they do with prisoners? They have the panopticon and they Have it where you could the prisoners you can see them all day so that they can't do it. Like psychologically, who could work under those conditions
Maybe
constructively?
maybe Pepsi can give you a sponsorship.
I'm open. I've tried to get one from McDonald's, Pepsi. If you want to do it, we got somebody. We got a spokesmodel right here. I will take sponsorships from anywhere. Well, I say that. I will evaluate them on a case by case basis, but I'm pretty open. I can't
So
think right off of a product I wouldn't take a sponsorship from, unless it's stupid. It's just like some kind of infomercial thing. Because they have YouTubers that do in ads. So they'll like the YouTuber will start the show talking about some product and it's built into the video. It's not like a separate ad. And I'll be like, "Hey, I'm using this new service called such and such, and let me tell you about it for a few seconds." And then they'll start their show. I'd do something like that maybe if I believe in the product.
and the thing is, I'm just using Pepsi as a like as an example of like if Pepsi sponsors you, you can say, hey, Pepsi's a good product. And then you can just have me pop on once or twice a week.
And
And
Billy, we could
yeah.
incorporate. Billy would be a great. I think he'd sell a lot of Pepsi. It's a great product, and you can even clean blood off of the highway with it. If you, yeah, I'll be a
um,
corporate hoe. I'm not proud. I'd love to be somebody's
hey,
hoe.
Pepsi, I like your cherry Pepsi. I hope you sponsor Jeff if anyone from Pepsi is actually listening.
There you go, Pepsi. We'll get people drinking your product. I'm sure I can't, but I can't I'm not persuasive. Like I wouldn't want to try to convince people to drink it. I would tell them about the product and let them know it's out there. But I wouldn't want to try to influence them to whether they drink it or not. I want to leave that up to them. So I'd be like,
Hey,
here, there's this thing called Pepsi.
you know,
You might want to
do,
try it.
do you remember the New Kids on the Block?
The music group,
Yeah.
vaguely. That I was older.
So they came out probably first boy band I listened to, and they did a couple of a couple of um Coke commercials, and because they did the Coke commercials, I drank Coke, but I've never liked Coke, but I only drank it
Because of
because
New Kids on the Block?
because all my friends went to it because of New Kids on the Block. I'm like, if New Kids and my friends are doing it, I might as well.
So that's how it works. I always see. None of that shit ever worked on me. If I didn't like something, there's no way I'm spending money on it. I don't care who's doing it or who's
But
drinking it.
I was a teenager trying to fit in with people, like so.
Coke. I remember what happened when Michael Jackson tried to sell Pepsi.
I remember the Pepsi challenge.
Yeah, I do too. They would do it at the mall. That's they had it set up at the mall. You could go and take the Pepsi challenge.
Yeah, well, so I remember in elementary school, everyone would do a soda challenge with Coke, Pepsi, and Dr. Pepper.
And I mean, honestly, who couldn't tell the difference between the two? I knew what a Coke tastes like and what a Pepsi tastes. It wasn't a challenge.
Exactly. And how can and yeah, so
I'm
um
trying to think if there was a craze I got in on, like a product. Like a fad is one thing, but a product you have to actually spend money to consume, and it was the spending money part. So I'd have to really, really like something to spend money on it. And just seeing my favorite celebrity do it would not be enough if I didn't already like the thing. So I'm trying to think if there's anything that I spent money on because I saw somebody I admire promoting it.
I think if as I grew older and grew up, I think if I see, it doesn't matter if it's a Joe Blow doing a commercial or one of my favorite, like musicians promoting it. If I haven't tried it, I might try it, but if that makes sense.
Oh, because it might get you to try something you haven't tried before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that might. Like if somebody recommends or promotes something that that I don't know about, some new product I don't know about, maybe that would work. I don't know.
I mean, but that's as I've gotten older. Of like, if I haven't tried it and someone that I admire is promoting it, then I might. But then again, it goes to like, how much is it going to cost me to try?
Yeah, I don't I never have a lot of money to spend on frivolous stuff anyway. Energy drink sponsors. Does coffee count as an energy drink? I could sponsor. Look, I got a Starbucks cup right here. Drink coffee.
Drink soda.
No particular brand, but find some coffee that you like. That might be a local shop in your area. But see, the thing is, I don't even like Starbucks. I just happen to have the cup because it was in the cabinet. It's not even my cup.
um, you know what? Do you know if there's any roller skating rinks around here anymore?
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's Google roller skating. What, Seattle?
Yeah. There used to be Skate King in Bellevue, but now there's
They have Linwood Bowl and Skate, Southgate Roller Rink, Linwood Ice Center. Um, Roll around Seatown. They have a skating community. They have stuff like rollerblading.
yeah. I have my own rollerblades, so I don't have to worry about that. Seattle Derby Brats. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like they have something called Linwood Bowl and Skate, which is a combination skating / bowling
Bowling.
alley.
We so for my senior trip after graduation, we that was one of the places we went.
To bowl and skate.
Mm-hmm.
It's close to me. Yep, and they have the disco ball and everything. Ooh, it looks like they do the disco bowling too, where they turn the lights off and have all the pretty
And they
colored
have
lights.
it looks like they have memberships. I'm looking on the bowl and skate. Okay. Hours. I'm looking up hours. I just think it would be fun to do.
Yeah, I would go skate. I would skate.
So like I'm for bowling, I'm looking at prices now and times. Oh. So Friday, oh my gosh, Friday 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. is Cosmic Bowling.
Cosmic, yeah, that's what they had in Vegas. That's the
But
all the gays would go.
it's Monday through Thursday it's $10. And but on Fridays from 6 to midnight, it's $45 per lane per hour and $5.50 person for shoes. So, and then the same thing goes for Saturday. Let's see, Sunday.
So it's cheaper on Friday?
No, it's cheaper on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for Cosmic Bowl.
Oh.
It's
But they only
expensive.
do the Cosmic on the weekends?
That's what it looks like.
Oh, okay.
But if you do like a yeah, so. I mean, I'm just talking about bowling. I just want to see about. Now I'm going to check to skating, so.
Jeremy, I had a roommate in Vegas. Remember the little girl from Poltergeist, Carol Ann? Heather, whatever her name, Heather Rourke, that died? He went to school with her. She was a classmate of his, and he said that when she died, all the kids went to her funeral, and they all threw Swatch watches into her grave, her coffin, her whatever you put people in. Because she liked swatches, and it was when swatches were real popular. And so to honor her, they all brought a Swatch watch to her funeral and threw it into her gravesite.
So.
I drink enough of it. Some coffee. I mean, I'm always on stream with a coffee cup. Just get me a mug with your brand on it. I will sponsor you, and I will work cheap too.
So.
That's a product I believe in.
So they
In fact, I need to
do.
get some more.
So they do have adult only times.
Oh yeah, it would have to be. I don't want to skate with a bunch of kids. It would have to be adult only, preferably the gay night, preferably daddy night.
Tuesday they don't have any skate sessions, but Mondays, Wednesday, or sorry, wait. So Mondays it's only adults, and then Wednesdays they have open skate, and then they end up having adult skate later. Same
What's
with
later? What qualifies as later?
8:30 to 11
Oh,
p.m.
that's not too bad.
Yeah, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday it's it's all ages. But on Monday from it's 18 plus, so that's a good thing.
Jeremy, what's this? Where's the biggest skating place? And is it old school punks or the new little woke punks? Alternative chicks used to be cool, but that's also where third wave feminism came from too, with the riot girls. So it's hard to tell now if they're a cool alternative chick or if they're one of the angry radicalized ones. Roller derby leagues. What's the biggest skating place? Is it
I have no
Skating Bowl?
idea. Oh, I wonder. They they have they have roller roller skating membership for 20 and under and 21 plus and up.
Oh, I don't know if I'd need a
Sorry, I'm just
membership. If I'd go often enough. I wonder
I
if they
am
let me stream it.
what stream what?
Roller skating.
Ah,
Maybe I could get a sponsorship from them.
that would be cool.
Because I could do that. That's a product I believe in. I could get people out skating.
Hey Jeremy, as far as roller derby leagues, I would love to join one. I
Join one.
rollerblade, so I would need to get used to skates again, like actual
They have
skate.
them in Seattle. You should. They have the Rat City roller derby.
Yeah, I'm not like good enough for them yet.
Oh.
I used to be on the roller derby league in junior high.
And they have Tilted Thunder. Rat City seems to be the big one. The Tilted Thunder Railbirds. They even have their own Wikipedia page. They have the Derby Brats.
Jet City.
They empower girls and gender expansive individuals. What do you think that means?
Probably
It's you either girl or you something else, which means male. What's gender expansive? Let me look it up.
I'm
People who
assuming
challenge gender stereotypes or norms and may identify as non-binary, gender fluid, or genderqueer. So it's the invisible genders. If you were in a room full of girls and gender expansive people, they would all look like girls. You wouldn't be able to tell which ones are girls and which ones are gender expansive.
I'm hoping to get my hair cut when I'm in Spokane. My hair's just becoming too unruly for me.
That should be doable.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, it is. I see it is a little long for you.
yeah.
You like to wear it short.
I mean, like I've had it long, be like super long when I was a teenager, but not
How do you prefer it?
short. Just because if it gets and especially if it gets in ponytail length, it like people are like just wear it long. I'm like and people are like put it up, but the thing is my hair is so fine and so thin that I have to use like a lot of mousse and a lot of clippies
Moose.
just to be able to keep it in, so without having it like fall into my face. So just like I might as well just yeah.
I remember Moose. I didn't even know they still had Moose. And LA Looks. Oh, you know some of is it the roller derby people? The roller punks. It's a new kind of skate punk.
Hey, is Jeremy in the Seattle area?
I think so, but sometimes he's in Alaska. I never know where he is actually, but he seems
Oh,
to know the area.
well, that's a good thing. Um You know what I think it would be fun besides like the skate and bowl is trying to get a bunch of peers together to do that.
Good luck. Good luck organizing the piers. We had that Piers of King County thing for a while. I'm trying to start a little Seattle area chapter of the YouTube channel, but I can't find enough people that live around here.
I would do it.
We got two.
Do you do you know what time you're gonna be on tomorrow?
Yeah, my normal time. One
I don't know
o'clock.
what your normal times
Oh,
are.
every day at 1 o'clock. I'm on
Oh, okay.
every day, except for I take Sunday off, but I'm gonna do a Super Bowl thing this Sunday. Yeah, that's what I thought too. The Rat
Yeah.
Cities
It
were the
it,
biggest.
it, it is. It is. I've watched a couple of their matches when they were here. So I mean they're in the area, but they're not as easy to get to. I don't remember where they're at now. I mean, I know they're still in Seattle, but when you take public transportation. Hey, out of curiosity, what's your view on Elon Musk?
I don't really have a view about. I think he's a spurg. Um,
What's a
so I
spur?
look. He's autistic,
Okay.
neurodivergent. So I look at him through that lens. I have no idea why everybody's freaking out about him. I have no idea why they think he's the Antichrist and the most evil thing. Like the Elon boogeyman. I don't see what they see. I don't see. I see windmills, and everybody else is seeing some kind of giant or dragon. And so I don't know what Elon they're looking at or why they find him so scary. What's your view on him?
See, I don't know much about him to have an opinion.
Well, that's like the most honest thing I've heard so far. That's
Well,
what I keep saying. If you don't know, why fill in with your imagination? What do you get out of that?
I mean, like the stuff that I keep hearing is from people who don't like him, but I can't base an opinion solely on that.
Yeah, I can't either. I know that Twitter sucks ever since he took it over. He completely broke Twitter.
And he somehow likes the letter X because like SpaceX, then Twitter is now called X.
Yeah.
So he must like the letter X for some reason.
Yeah, maybe so.
Sorry.
But I mean, even that doesn't scare me. Just the fact that he likes the letter X. So
Hey, I did tell you that I finally got evaluated, right, for autism.
no. But what did they tell? What did they find out?
I am
Or
autistic.
what do they think they know about you?
I'm autistic.
So how was it like the multi-day evaluation where you had to go more than one? And what all did they do?
A bunch of like tests and
Like written test?
written tests, like emotional tests, like these stupid pictures. They also did a lot of like physical stuff as well, like OT and PT type stuff.
Interesting.
Asked me, and it felt like a psych eval as well. And they're like, oh, and when they were telling me, they're like, oh, you also have PTSD and major depressive disorder. I'm like, I already know that.
They could tell all that from an autism test. It must have been a part psyche
I mean,
eval.
but a part of it was a psych eval. Part of it
Okay.
was a psych eval. So, and then
I know that they use, especially with kids, they use a lot of they talk to the parents and get the history of their childhood. Like, what were they like as a kid? What did you notice as a baby? And all that. So I wonder adults that don't have that to bring in what they
Um,
go off of.
I do have to say, they asked if if I have anybody that they could get a history from. So they asked my uncles and my grandpa some stuff, and they asked some childhood friends that were willing, as well as a couple of friends who's known me for almost 30 years since I moved up here, just to see that. So they did get some history, but I was surprised when I asked people. I was so surprised on how willing people were to be able to help me get this diagnosis.
Like to
Like
say,
this,
yeah, we know Brooke. Of course,
yeah,
she's autistic. Isn't
yeah.
it obvious? Jeremy, you winter in Alaska. That's interesting. Um, yeah. Well, when you come back, you'll have to hang out. Help us start a little outliers chapter. Because
Hey,
there's very few people up here I know that watch the channel.
remember Dan?
From Warmline?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's now somewhere. I think he's in like Maine or New Hampshire or someplace.
Oh, he moved?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
he's retired.
Okay. Yeah, he was my mentor. One of them.
I wonder how Marcus is doing.
I forgot all about. I remember Marcus. We took peer training together. Yeah, I liked Marcus.
He just kind of disappeared.
Cause he wasn't. He did that one thing, but he wasn't really actively involved in the peer community or all the events that we used to do. He kind of just had that one thing going.
Yeah. And I know he liked corgis a lot.
Who?
Marcus liked corgis.
Who?
Corgis, the dog.
Oh, corgi. I thought you said carnies. Um,
You're like,
he's getting into what? What do you mean money laundering? Oh, you mean he's investigating all of their money laundering? Yeah, that. Yeah, they're doing some oversight into what's been going on in government the last since I guess since last time Trump was in there. Because I'm sure Trump knows how he left it, so all he has to do is go in and say what did they change over the last 4 years, and he did lie about. Yes, I remember that he did. You're right. He faked that gaming thing. He pretended like he was playing this game, and it turned out what was it? He was paying somebody else the whole time to play for him and pretending like it was him. I don't respect him for that. That's points against him. That doesn't scare me. It doesn't make me think he's scary, but it does take away some respect. That you have to fake your skill at a game. As somebody that just played through an entire video game, and I don't even play video games, that somebody's going to fake something like that does cost them a lot of respect in my eyes.
you know, I don't like I don't understand why people would want to lie.
I guess what clout, social status, why would it was some video game that he pretended to be the best at, but it wasn't really him playing, something like that. Is that the scandal?
I don't know, but I just know like I just like it's so much easier just to tell the truth because you
Well,
don't
it's
have.
not. I mean, people lie for a reason because there's consequences for telling the truth, and they wouldn't be getting the benefits they get from lying. So it's not as simple as just don't lie because there's advantages to lying. and there's disadvantages to telling the truth. So whatever the reason, whatever the advantages people are getting from lying, they're gonna be motivated to keep that going.
I guess for me, it's just easier to tell the truth because I don't have to try to figure out who I lied to and what
Yeah,
I lied to
me
them
too. But then
about.
you're not getting some kind of advantage from some kind of lie you have going either.
And the thing is, like I would rather be hurt by the truth than hurt by a lie and then the truth. If that
It
makes
looks like
sense.
he admitted. Let me see. I'm trying to. He bragged to Joe Rogan that he was among the top 20 Diablo 4 players in the world. And after that, oh, I just want a quick summary. I don't want to have to dig through an entire article to get the details. And I also want something not behind a paywall. God, if it's this hard to find out the Elon video game scandal, who the fuck's gonna care? He claimed to be one of the top ranked players in this certain video game. But people that but then he streamed himself playing one day, and people that watched it noticed that his behavior did not match somebody that was experienced at the game. And that's what got them started to question his claim. He was unfamiliar with some of the core mechanics. And so the fans started analyzing his gameplay. And then they had this really popular streamer come out and challenge him and say, I dispute your claim. Saying that they think he bought the account or somebody played it for him. And then that got him in a war with these video game streamers. But I still don't know the details. I would like a 1 or 2 sentence summary from somebody that could summarize it for me, because these articles go into a lot of meandering detail. They're not very concise. And the AI, it's going to be too recent for the AI to tell me. But I guess it's like sports. People take their gaming very seriously. So if somebody's lying about their gaming skill, that's a big deal for a lot of people.
And the same goes for like people who are hardcore into playing instruments too.
But that you can tell. Like if
Yeah.
somebody's bad at playing their instrument, the minute they start playing, you can tell. So it's hard to lie about your musical
I
skill.
like I play the flute. I suck at it. And one of my biggest pet peeves is people telling me, "Oh, you're good," when I know realistically I'm not good.
What do you tell them? No, I'm not.
I'm
Quit
like,
lying
you
to
know,
me. I'm not good, and I know that.
exactly, like something along those lines of like,
Why you
I
lying to me?
yeah. um I'm tired. I gotta get up. Wait. Okay.
So you think he's lying, Jeremy? I don't know what any of this means. That's completely. Yeah, I wouldn't know how to evaluate that. He's on 97. He hired a Chinese kid. So it got proven that he got to 97 but not through his own skill. He paid, but what's the fun in that? Like I could have paid someone to play the video game I was playing, but there's no that would have taken all the fun out of it. Why would I want someone else to play a game for me? I don't understand that. And don't they have things where like you can mod the game to give you advantages automatically? You don't even need to pay. Like Elon wouldn't have to pay somebody to do it. He could just pay like to have some hackers mod the game for him and just automatically advance him. I don't know. So I don't understand why he would pay someone, like what the advantage is, just for bragging rights.
Probably.
That's stupid. That not only do I respect him less, but it now I see him as stupid. We're gonna see what it takes to get to like, because you're gonna do it, you're gonna get there on your own, and then you'll have something to compare it to. Oh, he confessed. So he admitted that yes, I paid this Chinese kid to get me to that level, that I didn't do it on my own. Why? I don't understand why you would not want the satisfaction of having mastered the game on your own. It robs you of the joy to pay someone else to do it. I don't understand why he would do that. What would be the motivation? So he didn't get them. He doesn't have the skill. He didn't acquire the skill himself. Then the skill that it takes to get through the different levels. If he paid someone else to do it, then he himself did not actually have those skills. He didn't master the levels himself. And you get the skills through mastering each level. So if he didn't do the levels himself, then he doesn't have the skill that comes with it.
Hey, Jeff, I gotta get up early, cause Billy's going to the vet to get weighed and to have his nails clipped.
Have a
So
good sleep. Have a
I
good
will
night.
do my best. And I will do my best to show up at 1:00.
Okay, no big deal because I'm here every day at the same time. So
Okay. Bye.
take care. It's good talking. Yeah, I don't understand any of this. I don't understand why he would fake do it. What's the point of pretending you've mastered a video game that you didn't actually master? What do you get out of that? I just don't understand the psychology behind it. I don't know. I'm not a video game nerd. I know very little about. I remember like back in the early 90s, I would play some of those, like Myst, and I think there was a company called Sierra that had some games, and you'd load them with a CD-ROM or maybe a floppy, and they had like a hint hotline you could call if you got stuck, and you could get different hints. And sometimes, and you pay, it would show up on your phone bill. Sometimes I would call the hint hotline, and I would get some hints, and then I would like help me get to the next level. And even I felt bad even about that. I felt like I was cheating, like I wasn't figuring the game out on my own. And even that I didn't feel good about. So is it something like that? Like if was he stuck and he didn't know how to get to the next level? I don't know. I feel dumb. And my head hurts. Try to think about it. I don't understand video game nerds. I'm not that much of a spurg. I'm a different kind of spurg. I'm technically PDD-NOS. It's not even classical autism. They just rolled it all into one diagnosis now. It's developmental. But there's many different like ways your development could go on its own track. All right. Anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap up. Thanks for hanging out as usual. This was a fun stream, or I enjoyed myself, put it that way. I was entertained and stimulated. So I'll be out tomorrow at the usual time. Yeah, I just don't understand why. Like, if I don't understand why he would waste his money on that. What does he get out of having somebody else play the game for him? You don't get any of the mental satisfaction of playing the game yourself. So I don't understand his mindset, his theory of mind in doing that. Oh, he was trying to get certain gear, and it was hard to get on your own. So he wanted the gear that came with playing the game, but he didn't want to sit there and actually play, or he didn't have the skill to actually play to get the gear. So he had to pay somebody else to play so that his character would end up with the gear. That makes a little bit more sense, but then lying about it. Why not just say, yeah, I wanted this gear, so I paid someone to play so I could have the gear? That makes more sense. But it's kind of admitting you don't have the skill to get there on your own. But it sounds like it's hard for most people to do. So I don't think there's shame in admitting that I took a shortcut to get the gear. Yeah, I kind of understand it now, but it sounds very like juvenile playground, like playground bragging rights on the playground, but nothing for the people that live in the real world to even worry about. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Like if he tried to pass that off as legit, that is just dumb. It just means the game was harder than you have the ability. It was harder than your ability. So you had to get help. You had to get outside help. But then just say that. To me, there's no shame in. Everybody knows it's a really hard game, and not everybody's going to have the skill to beat it on their own. So if you needed some help getting through certain parts of it, just own that. But he was trying to make himself like be this mega gamer that could beat the game on his own when he actually couldn't. Yeah, I could. He deserves whatever egg is dripping off his face right now. He deserves. I don't have any sympathy for him or pity for him. And I'm mostly an Elon defender because of the autism. But their autism is not an excuse for lying. It's not an excuse for criminal behavior. That's not a symptom of autism. That's a character disorder, not a spectrum disorder. So he needs to own up to it. Autistic people can lie and cheat and steal just like the rest of them. And it's not because of their disorder or disability, like some of them like to say. Oh my God. I know. Just reading the chat, just reading you talk about it has my head twisted up and hurting from trying to decode it. So I can only imagine the game itself. What's it called? Exile 2? That's one I don't ever want to come anywhere near. Oh, yeah. You remember Sierra? They made all the good games. And then what was the one that made King's Quest? Was that Sierra as well? Path of Exile. What is it, like a fantasy game like War? Was it Warhammer? Warcraft? Yeah, Sierra was King's Quest. I used to love the King's Quest. My favorite one was the one that was cartoon where they had you were the princess and then sometimes you were her mom, the queen, the stepmom or whatever. That one was really fun. That was probably my favorite. All right, I got to get out of here. Good night, everybody. Have fun. See you tomorrow, the usual time. Take care. And we'll do it again.